Not sure how long I'm gonna do it because I wanna read some Boku no Hero tonight. But what's popping, people? Back like we never left. We're here to talk a little bit One Piece chapter 878. Here with Mugiwaga. Match Day is muted.
Match Day is here.
Niggas so trolling stuff.
Don't judge a book by its cookie cutter.
True. Whatever the hell that means.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Sorry, I had a mouthful of water there, so I couldn't really.
Pause,
Yeah, a mouthful of what? Pause,
come on, bro. Pause.
Look, ain't nothing pause about that. I had a mouthful.
Never mouthful of
water.
anything, dude. Should have a mouthful of anything, bro.
So whenever you eat food, you don't have a
I don't
mouthful
feel.
of cereal.
Nope. I don't
Nigga,
fill my
stop
mouth
saying
like
mouthful.
You don't
Nigga.
never fill your mouth.
Stop, man.
It's always half full.
oh, come on, man. Why you talking about dude's mouth, man?
It's a quitters.
Whatever, man. Hey, One Piece 878, yo. Reread it a bunch of times, and I'm still skeptical. Shout out to Nami.
But I don't think that's her nipples, though.
I don't know. I mean, one can
It's
dream.
natural. It's definitely natural.
I don't know. Like this whole spread is crazy. Like, I mean, Nami completely outshines Robin here, but I think it's masterful. But Zach, what were your thoughts on the chapter? You weren't in the stream earlier, so I want to see what's your thoughts.
He was in the stream. Oh, never mind.
That was on your
Never
stream.
mind.
That was on your stream.
Damn, Matt. Matt, you high already, Matt? Or-
All right. As I was reading the Luffy take a challenging Katakuri to a fight, I was literally crying tears of joy. Literally.
Wait. Say that again?
Literally. When I was reading the Luffy challenging Katakuri to a fight, I was literally crying tears of joy.
Why?
I've been waiting for this for how many years, bro?
Wait. So you think that Luffy is going to beat Katakuri?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. How do you guys presume this is going to happen?
Well, there's multitudes of ways that this can happen. But
Here we go.
But and
Can I
not
pause
just
this really quick and say, Matt, that fucking cipher was lit as fuck.
hey, appreciate it, bro.
Yo, that shit was fire as fuck, dude.
I'm live reacting to it tomorrow on stream.
Bro,
Tomorrow
that shit is
morning.
actually flames, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm live reacting to it on stream tomorrow.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. I'm glad.
Bro, I have to admit,
I'm
yo,
glad.
when these fucking YouTubers fucking link me their music and shit like that, I expect some like fucking. I was honestly expecting some half-ass trash shit, but this shit is actually like professional and well done and like good, bro.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. You know, I try my hardest to put my best foot forward.
Yeah,
in
enough for the
anything I
head
do,
giving.
man.
Enough for the head giving. All right. So back to the chapter.
Anyways,
Yeah, like back
anyways,
to
man, anyways. So Brago, this is what I was saying earlier, like in my stream, right? So I was saying that I know that we were super critical, or that we've been critical about like Luffy, as far as like him and his one-on-one fights with other people in the series, such as Cracker. Like he needed help against Cracker,
yeah.
he needed help against Doffy and stuff like that. But the way that this fight, the way that everything was set up is like, you know, we've been talking about convenience factor and all of this stuff throughout this whole arc. There's no convenience right here. Like Luffy smashed the mirror.
Yeah, but yeah.
Out, Brulee's down. She's out of it, and all Luffy is in front of is Katakuri, and then not to mention Daifuku is in the world as well. So, like Luffy's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to do something, or he's gonna get beat. And you know, so he's definitely gonna dig in his bag, and he's gonna pull something out. Now, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that Luffy is most definitely gonna win, but I don't think that he's gonna lose this fight. Like, I don't think that Katakuri is gonna be like standing over Luffy or anything like that. Are gonna lose. Like, I think that Luffy is backed into a corner, and this is one of those instances where we should say, yo, Luffy's the main character. He said that he's gonna say like that he's gonna come back to the crew. He put himself into harm's way for the sake of his crew, which is showing major development on his part.
Right.
because like this was like dude, this was great for Luffy. This is everybody saying this is exactly what we needed. Yes, we do need this. We needed Luffy to do something like this to show us, hey, I'm the captain now. Anyways, yeah, that I think this is gonna be good. Me personally,
I think it's gonna be an amazing fight. I don't think that Luffy wins. I don't want Luffy to win.
It's
I know
gonna
that
be.
much.
I think it's gonna be like a stalemate, but the stalemate is gonna make it appear as if Luffy was going to win. He was going to have the upper hand. However, as you all know, Katakuri predicts the future, and maybe Katakuri is thinking of something else ahead. You know what I'm trying to say?
That he like runs or something.
Yeah,
After he knows he's gonna
Yeah,
lose.
yeah.
I
That's
don't know,
how-
maybe, but I don't think so.
So I think guerrilla tactics are somehow going to be used in this fight. Guerrilla warfare. Because he also has to take on. Because look who else is in the mirror world: Daifuku, and yes, other soldiers are there. They're fodder, but they're still there.
I mean, you
Yep.
can just knock those out with conquerors. I think it's just gonna be a straight 1v1 though.
Yeah, I don't know how Luffy can win this at this point. We'd have to probably see. I think Luffy probably found a way to fight him, like from all the attacks he hit him with. Maybe found a way to get through to Katakuri, or this is legitimately just going to be a training session where Katakuri is going to show Luffy like the separation that's still there. But then eventually he lets him go because he respects him.
Why?
But I don't think.
Ooh, nigga.
The problem I have with that is like I feel like that is like reasonable, but the only problem I have with that is that he already said earlier in the arc that he has to kill Luffy now because if he doesn't, Big Mom's gonna.
So
Or
how
he's
is that
gonna take down
reasonable if
Big
he
Mom.
said that? How is that reasonable if he said that?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm saying that like that would be reasonable if he didn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Katakuri has always left himself open to like change his plans based on anything he's been doing. I don't think, as far as Luffy I don't think Luffy gets a new gear here, and then and it's like trying to think of a way Luffy can defeat Katakuri 1v1 after he was basically one shot by Big Mom. It's I don't see it,
Awakening. That
supposedly.
you keep jumping around. You never say awakening, nigga. Somebody always
Yeah.
gotta bring it up for you to even acknowledge it.
Yeah, but you don't think Katakuri has an awakening as well?
I think it's possible, but it doesn't mean that that Luffy's awakening isn't something that's just formidable as fuck.
Yeah, but why wouldn't Katakuri's be as well? So it's like that's why I don't mention awakening, because I'm
I'm
sure
not
Katakuri
saying
has
that it
those.
wouldn't be, but that doesn't mean that Luffy's awakening isn't something that can fuck over Katakuri. It could be something we don't know what it would be like.
Possibly.
Only awakening we've seen is Doflamingo's, and I don't think every awakening is going to be like how Doflamingo's awakening was.
Right, but there's no indication that Luffy's awakening would be like better than Katakuri's. Katakuri's fruit is like the upgraded version of Luffy's.
I don't know about that, but I think, but it's no
What if it's the other way
indication.
around?
There's no indication that Luffy's Devil Fruit awakening isn't going to be stronger than Katakuri's either.
I mean, we did see that. Like Katakuri's a paramecia, that's a special paramecia. Like he can basically be intangible, right? So like that's an indication that his awakening could be another level that Luffy can't achieve yet. So that's what I go off of. That's why I don't mention awakenings. But that's what I'm saying. Like I can't think of a way for Luffy to close the gap, and I don't think we see another gear like before seeing Ashura in another level like Diabo Jambe. So it just doesn't make sense to me. And how Katakuri is acting the whole chapter, it seems like things played out kind of in his favor as far as like him isolating Luffy. Like Luffy was his goal. I know someone mentioned before that he said, "Oh, he's not going to let the Straw Hats get away," but he said, "No, I don't want you to get away." As far as like Luffy, and like if he saw the future, he's like, "Oh, Luffy wants to isolate me in the mirror world." It's like, okay, that's exactly what I want because you're the threat to crew.
Well, why didn't he just take Luffy in the mirror world himself then? If that was what he wanted to do.
I mean, if it's going to happen, just let it happen. Yeah, just let it happen.
I'm saying, but if you're so stronger than this nigga, why don't you just take him into the mirror world?
I mean, but if it's gonna happen anyway, why don't you just let it happen?
Because you can see the whole point of seeing the future.
So
change it.
But also if he does that, then the future could change if he does anything, right? Remember that's the gap in his like power. Like if he does anything, the future changes. So it's like he's like, okay, That's what I want. So I'm just let that play out that way. Why not?
Oh, bro, the man legit said, I see. If you do that, I can't do anything.
Exactly. So it's like just let it play out that way. We're
No,
gonna go to the
nigga.
real world, so I
He
can.
said that shit after he already got caught.
No, I mean as far as like, no, I'm talking about as far as like going to the mirror world.
That's not what he was talking about, though. He was talking about him being caught and can't move when Luffy grabbed him.
What about him telling Luffy to well done?
Yeah, because he seen after he already took him into the mirror
Here's the
world.
thing. Here's the thing. After Luffy grabbed Katakuri, right? Why didn't Katakuri do anything to Luffy?
Because he couldn't do anything.
Why couldn't he do anything?
It wasn't made clear.
Bro, okay. Come on, bro. Okay, Katakuri can stretch as well. Like,
was it made clear?
There.
Was it made clear?
It was made clear that Katakuri didn't even try to get away.
No, but how could it be made clear when the man legit said, I see, if you do that, I can't do anything. And when I live reacted, when you live reacted, and other people live reacted, we legit said at that moment, we said,
I think it's a certain way.
Dustin,
Dustin, when I reread it, I think it's a certain way that you read it. Like, we all read it as, I can't do anything. Like, oh my God, I'm screwed.
Right.
But I think he meant, like, oh, it's good, you know, oh, I see what you're doing. You're going to take me to the mirror world. That way I won't be able to do anything, like, on the ship and, you know, with the crew and, you know, stuff like that. You know, stop them from escaping. I won't be able to stop them from
Interesting.
Mm.
I'm interested to see in the manga or translation to see if that clears things up a little bit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, Luke Katakuri, he didn't even try here. Like, the whole time, like, he just stood there. Like, I don't know how people don't see that at all.
But he's been doing that. His whole plan is to just let Luffy punch at him.
That's
so
why
he can
I'm
stuck.
saying he's genuinely interested in Luffy. Like him saying he doesn't want Luffy to get away. He just wanted to get close to Luffy. That's why he went to the ship in the first place. That's what I think. Like, I don't think, like, he could have eradicated the Straw Hats a long time ago. Like, we were asking, like, why is he standing there with Brook and Chopper doing stuff? Like, he was there waiting for Luffy to come there. Like, he wanted this moment from the get.
But
like,
that was just in case.
No, but
was,
of course, I mean, he says just in case, but he went there anyway. And it's like, and then after he says, well done. Like, well done for us getting here. Like, maybe this is what he foresaw from the beginning. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed, it's just strange. It's just like everything's just been strange based on like what we know about like Sweet Commanders. Maybe Cracker's stronger than Katakuri, possibly. But I just don't know how Luffy can win. I don't know.
Yeah, and for anyone who's saying, you know, like maybe it's a good matchup, like I'm just calling bullshit on that because like I can't see one why Katakuri would be a good matchup for Luffy, and two, I just feel like the future seeing power is just too much for Luffy at this point in time.
Why wouldn't he be a good matchup when their devil fruits has already been said to be similar?
Because many people are saying that Luffy's devil fruit is decrease in power and decrease in rank.
It's like fucking Ace's fire to Akainu's fire.
Like that.
Yeah, but people are saying that because of the bounty difference and how Katakuri's design is. Nothing has shown that Katakuri is that physically stronger than Luffy. All we've seen from Katakuri is that Luffy can't manage to hurt him. But we don't know how much damage Katakuri can actually take from Luffy if Luffy actually manages to connect his blows.
That's true, but I would assume a decent amount, but you're right.
Yeah, I mean, even if Katakuri's like the mochi being stuck and stuff, it seems like that didn't have a factor in like Luffy grabbing him as well. Like Luffy shouldn't have been able to throw him either. So, I'm not sure everything that's happening right now with Katakuri. It seems like things are just going the way he wants it to. So, I don't know. People saying I'm reading too much into it, and like Luffy's just
you're not reading it. You're reading fine.
I was about to say, because I mean, what I assumed the whole time is that Katakuri purposely. It's not like Luffy didn't grab it. He obviously did grab it.
Did he even block that? Did he even block?
No, hold on. That's what I'm saying. It's like Katakuri saw this and he's all like, "Well, I want to get alone with Luffy so I can handle this situation with no distractions, no Big Mom, no Straw Hats, just so I can finish him because he's the main priority right now."
But there are
because Sanji and Pudding and all them, they're dealing with Big Mom. They're gonna somehow save Big Mom in that regard. But Luffy would be the remaining problem that they would have to deal with, even after Big Mom's handled. So I think Katakuri personally decided to deal with that.
I think the next chapter is going to be very telling as far as like what happens next if Oda doesn't go away from it, because I want to see what Katakuri says to Luffy here. Like, does he ask him a question? Does he like, does he know about the will of D? Like, is he interested in that? Is he like curious to see if Luffy's gonna survive through this? Because he seems genuinely interested in Luffy. Because like you guys said, as far as him going to the ship, like if it's 0% chance of him getting there, then why go? It's like just in case. Okay, then why would you go? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think all this is part of the plan, but I don't. I don't
Curious eyes and now.
Pretty much. He's been planning this from the get though. It's a category he's interested in the D. I mean, I don't know about all that. Wait, Dustin, how do you see Luffy defeating Katakuri other than Awakening? Or if he, or if he has Awakening, how do you see? Like, how would his Awakening?
First, I just looked at the panel where Katakuri said that, and he didn't have his eyes shaded like he does when he sees into the future. So he wasn't seeing into the future when he was saying that. Because don't every time he sees into the future, his eyes are shaded over with them lines?
Not necessarily.
Nah, bro. Every time he's looking into the future, his eyes are shaded over with them lines.
You can't really tell when it's happening.
What?
Only you can tell after the fact.
What do you every time we be like, okay, all right. I ain't gonna argue that, bro. Because we all know that's what the fuck happened. I'm not gonna argue.
Okay. But it has happened before. I don't know if it's like.
I don't think it's every time.
Yeah,
I know you niggas gonna make excuses when it's not Luke.
We can't.
I know y'all gonna do that. I know.
On, bro.
No, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight that fight.
No, his eyes are shaded every time like he reacts to it, where something possibly bad could happen. Like he doesn't see anything bad happening, he's not gonna react to it.
My bad, Brago. I should take a step back, right? I should take a step back.
That's what you should do.
Brago's right though, because like when the tower was falling over and Struzan was going to turn it into cake, his eyes were fine there as well.
Yeah, there's only something bad is happening. He knew Struzan was going to take care of it. This is like, yeah, why are you all worried?
But did he see was he seeing the future at that point?
That's why he told him not to worry.
No, I think every time he sees the future, his eyes are shaded.
I mean, he literally just sat there and said, "Don't worry." Like, it's
Can
fine.
you prove that though?
What?
Can you prove that he was seeing the future just because he said "Don't worry"?
No, he said
I'm pretty sure as second in command, he knows all the abilities of everybody in the crew, and considering everybody that was there, he could probably deduce that Struzan would be able to save them, considering they're standing on a giant cake. Yeah.
But see, you believe that over Katakuri actually seeing the future and seeing what's going to happen. You believe Katakuri knows their tendencies so well that he's like, you know what, Struzan got this.
Yeah, I think we should just assume the obvious fucking. Assuming
Bro,
Katakuri can
don't
only
be a snake oil salesman, as Osher would say.
Katakuri can only see 5 seconds into the future, and he can't spam it.
5 seconds.
Wait, how
was this designed?
Where'd you get 5 seconds from?
They said 5 seconds. Go look back when they first said Katakuri. Go look back. They said 5 seconds.
No, they never said 5 seconds.
They never said 5 seconds.
Go look back, bro. I promise you they said
Bro,
5
honestly,
seconds.
I'm so convinced that they never said 5 seconds. What he's saying was such like he knows what he said, but I actually might believe that they might have said that at one point.
They said 5 seconds when they
They never said 5 seconds. Bro.
It's just
you're getting it mixed up.
You talking about Capone's plan?
Yeah, you're getting it mixed up with Capone's plan. Yeah.
No, I'm not getting mixed. Capone's plan was to kill. Come on, bro. Capone's plan was to kill Big Mom in 5 seconds.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Oh, maybe he did actually.
5 seconds?
No, they never said 5
He
seconds.
can. Oh, yes, they did.
They never said
They never
5
said
seconds.
that. They never said that. Yeah, I think that's my.
No, he
They
might have.
never said
They
that.
said a few seconds.
They never said.
They said a few seconds.
That food, like they never specified.
No, specifically what
I
Capone said
guarantee-
was that he can see a bit into the future. That's what I remember.
I guarantee if they ever said 5 seconds, we would deduce.
We would all know, bro.
Like we would every situation where Katakuri uses power, we'd be like, okay, he has 5 seconds.
In chapter 860, Besh says the over 1 billion bouncing monster that has trained his observation hockey to such a point where he can see slightly into the future. Slightly.
Yeah, it never.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay,
what
so-
is.
He's talking
Man,
about
what
the
translation you reading? He said a bit.
Oh,
I want my
so
credit.
he can't see 5 seconds, but he can see a bit. So the nigga can't see fucking far into the future, fucking 20 plays down the line and shit.
I don't know, man. The future is pretty long.
I don't
I
know.
mean, he did.
5
say,
minutes
like,
would
he
just
wants to
be a
kill
bit
Luffy
in the
because
long
he's been
scheme of
coming
Yeah, because
from
Luffy's gonna
the
become a
ground.
problem. So I
So I don't know. We
it's
don't
not-
really know
yeah.
his extent.
We don't know the extent of it, really. Where it's like, how far you're gonna see. But as far as like immediate and like on the spot, I think it's probably 5 to 7
Nah,
seconds.
bro, it's at least 30 seconds.
You think 30? Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everything that's happening. It's like it's kind of skewed because everything is happening so fast, but we're reading it like panel by panel, so we don't know exactly how much time is passing. And then it's like it's
Yeah.
still it's like a cool down time as well. 30 seconds is kind of crazy, but I'm thinking like 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds is a long time. It's 30
That's
seconds.
a long fuck. Yeah, in a
10
fight.
seconds?
Jesus
And then,
Christ.
are you seeing the 30 seconds in real 30-second time? If so, then who gonna let you just stand there looking into the future for 30 seconds if y'all fighting?
Well,
Come on, bro.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it worked, like real time. Like
Actually, Dustin just brought up a good point. Doesn't he have to move around when he's predicting the future?
Nigga, all I bring up is good points, nigga. Nah, I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around.
Yeah.
Does he have to move around?
Yeah, I think the thing is, when Capone, he was moving towards Capone when you're seeing the future as far as like Big Mom going into a rage, right? When Capone saw his eyes when he's going towards Capone, that's when Jinbei, Pedro, and all of them attacked him. Right? So it's like, yeah, I don't feel like he has to stay still to use his
I mean,
powers.
he was fighting when he said Jim
Yeah.
and analyze him. So
Just quit analyzing him like that. So I don't think he has to stay still just to see. I mean, maybe one eye sees the future or some shit. Something like that.
But to answer your question, Luffy can figure out a way to hit Katakuri so his punches can land, and then we can see him actually start to give damage to Katakuri. And then it's possible that he gets pushed to his limits. You know, that pushes Katakuri to bring out more of what he can do, because he hasn't really had to do much because Luffy hasn't been able to actually hit him. So once Luffy actually punches him in the mouth and he actually feels pain, and Katakuri has to step his game up. And then once Luffy gets on the ropes, Luffy gonna have to step his game up because he already smashed the mirror. So ain't no going back without beating this nigga.
Yeah, once you smash, ain't no going back.
Yeah.
The thing is like, oh man, I just don't see how it could work because okay, Luffy literally did absolutely nothing to Cracker without Gear 4th, and I know Katakuri's not Cracker, but at the same time, let's just assume he's the same level as Cracker. Like Luffy's not beating him with just Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd, right? And I don't think he's gonna really be able to do any damage really with just Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. So that means he has to go Gear 4th or Awaken or do some shit we've never
But
seen.
then you also have to take into account that Katakuri specializes in observation, while we could deduce that Cracker specializes in armament, since he trained his armament hockey so much so that he doesn't have to feel any damage as little as possible.
Yeah.
but
What we said earlier. What we said earlier, man, we gotta put this in the context, man. Like
Put it in the context then.
if you compare, okay, I am, but if you compare, look, check this out. So obviously, Luffy could beat Cracker, like depending upon how this fight goes, right? We're gonna look back at the Cracker fight and we're gonna say, oh, well, he could have beaten Cracker without Nami's help, most likely, depending upon how the situation pans out. So what I'm saying is certain things happen for the sake of the narrative of the story, for the or for the narrative that's going on at that point. Luffy couldn't have just beaten Cracker and it been like, you know, whatever. And like Fru, we were talking about this earlier. Like you have people like what was one of the examples that we said earlier?
Well, I used the Law versus Doflamingo, or Law and Luffy versus Doflamingo.
Okay, look at Law and Luffy versus Doflamingo. Look at Law versus Fujitora and Doflamingo. There's no way that Law should have even been able to last like more than 5 minutes against Dofi and Fujitora. They were both stronger than him, bar none, and he was fighting against two of them at one time. So
I mean, he's kind of running away. But
he was running away, but so what? Like they still should have been able to do something.
I mean, they caught him.
They caught him.
They caught him.
But imagine do a heck of a Bill
They were
Cosby
talking
impression.
and shit, and he escaped.
Bro,
shut up, Master Chain.
Bro, look, yes, they caught him. But what I'm saying is Law was able to still get out of that situation. There's
I mean, so Luffy can run away. I agree.
no, he can't run away. He's in the mirror world.
No, but I'm saying it's like that's the only thing he can do from Katakuri. I mean,
No,
here he's kind of
he-
stuck. But I'm saying like I don't know how he beats him.
Brago, how would he run away when he like for him to run away, he would literally have to do something to Fujito or to Katakuri. He like he would have to hurt him in a very good way.
No, what I'm saying is like not in this situation. I'm talking about like if Luffy's trying to run away from Katakuri, I believe he could. But as far as like fighting Katakuri, I feel like it's just a gap there.
Why you want this nigga to run away from every dangerous situation that doesn't seem certain?
Wait. When did I say I want him to run away?
Every stream that we ever did since Whole Cake Island started.
I said I want him to run away.
Yes.
Need and want are different things.
Yeah, that's different.
You want him to escape. You want him to not fight nobody. You want him to go to Wano.
Wait, I don't want fights.
Not
You want him
not
to go to
this
Wano.
arc. Not in this arc.
I want to go to Wano. I'm the person that was saying I'm kind of skeptical on Wano. Like I'm the one that was like I'm not trying to overhype it. So that wasn't me, bro. I'm saying
that
like
wasn't me. That wasn't me, bro.
that wasn't me. I definitely want fights, but I think
We don't want bullshit fights, though.
yeah, you don't want to where it's like okay, what's going on here? Like it was like where Katakuri is just like, oh, I'm stuck. I got stuck in my own mochi. What? No, that would not sit right, bro. It said Luffy got went in the mirror world because he wanted to fight. Why the heck would he run away? Yeah, I don't mean he's not going to run away, but I don't know if he knows what he's getting himself into, bro. I personally, I don't know, but I mean, it was a badass moment. But
Yeah, for sure.
He gotta overcome
Wait,
this obstacle, bro.
can you eat mochis though?
It'd be dangerous.
They're like sweet, right? They're like sweet.
Shit! Stop it, Pharaoh.
Well, it is.
Tag
it is-
man V2, bro.
Stop it! Don't do this.
It better not be a repeat of Cracker.
It was,
I
it was-
want to see that shit.
It was in the cover page as well. He was eating mochi.
Oh,
Oh, really?
no.
In the cover page?
foreshadowing.
The first page. The first page.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You heard it first, right here.
Is
Master
Luffy going to eat Katakuri? Pause.
cannibalism, man.
Um,
It's the theme of this arc, man.
I don't know. Like, I don't think Oda. I mean, fuck. I'm not sure. Eating Katakuri, eating the mochi.
That would be fucking dumb.
That'd be so trash. Honestly, that would be so trash. Like,
Is
no
anything
way,
else?
man.
Anything else? Come on.
I mean, but Luffy, I mean, he eats everything, but it's like that's some like fairy tale eating like shit.
I want to ask something as well. It's like, you know, if Luffy somehow wins, right? And also, I know people that are going to say, you know, he just goes to Sanji through the mirrors. But let's say Brule can't take him to Sanji. He has
Brule's
to get
knocked
off
out,
on
isn't
Whole
he?
Cake. You know, he has to get off on Whole Cake somewhere. If he wins, he has to get out of the mirror on Whole Cake. What does he do from there?
Yeah,
Don't
he's
know.
pretty much stranded on Whole Cake with Sanji, right?
Yeah,
Unless the
Sanji's
brand
not
of the-
Sun.
so Sanji's in Chocolate Town.
Yeah,
he's
but
not on
you're
Whole Cake.
stranded regardless, though.
Yeah, so it's like Luffy getting out of this after he beats Katakuri. Then what?
It has to be the Germa, bro.
Jerma in the mirror world?
I mean, like getting them out of Whole Cake, like Totland.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I don't know how he's gonna get out of the mirror world.
But
Right.
what's the point of going into the mirror world to fight Katakuri, but then you run from Katakuri, so Katakuri is not incapacitated, so
y'all-
he's still a threat.
Like
He's
I'm
still
with
roaming around.
Dustin on this one. Bro.
Yeah, I
Y'all
don't think
tripping.
he's
Y'all
escaping.
tripping.
Yeah, I
Just
I'm gonna be honest.
I
like,
don't think
like,
he's escaping.
like I'm gonna be honest, bro. Y'all tripping if y'all are like really gonna sit up here and like once again, I have been an advocate for like Luffy is not strong enough right now until proven otherwise. But right now he has the opportunity to prove himself, and y'all really think that it's just gonna be like, oh, he's not gonna be able to handle his own against Fujitora or why do I keep saying Fujitora against Katakuri? like I don't know. I'm not saying he's just gonna like destroy him and all of that. Like I don't even think that the fight is necessarily like gonna be a definitive winner. But for y'all to like sit up here and say, oh, I don't know how Luffy's gonna do this and I don't know how Luffy's gonna do that, like let's just let's just use deductive reasoning right here and let's like be honest, like like Luffy's gonna do something new. He has to, because Gear 4th isn't enough against a commander. And y'all don't think that Luffy knows that? Like, bro, y'all gotta think about this, bro. Jinbei told Luffy, yo, we have to get him on the ship, right? And Luffy came up with this plan on his own, by himself. You think that Luffy's gonna put himself in a position in the mirror world, literally by himself, then smash the mirror like that and not be able to do something? Like, I'm with y'all. Like, right now, we haven't seen Luffy do anything yet to say that he can beat Katakuri, but we know that he can definitely fight with him for a little bit of time. We know that for sure. Like, there's no denying that.
Yeah,
You can't deny that at all. So if we're saying, or if we can say that, right, then why is it so out of the question for us to like think about this a little bit more and say, okay, well, Luffy's probably gonna do something. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know why. Like, now when this is like being placed in front of us, like, we just want to deny it.
I don't think it's denying it. I think we're trying to rationalize it, right? Because
I mean,
as far as like Luffy versus Cracker, we saw Cracker was overpowering Luffy, right? And then with Luffy, you say using Gear 4. The excuse versus Big Mom was, okay, Luffy was tired. So is Luffy still tired here, or is he like rested now?
Well, Brago, the thing with Cracker, that like I said, like everything in One Piece, man, it's situational, right? Like it's situational, it's circumstantial. This is way different than the Cracker and Luffy fight. This is completely different. I mean, yes, Luffy's in the face of a commander in a dire situation, but this right here, this Katakuri and Luffy stuff is what like it's way more dire. Like, if Luffy loses this fight and he doesn't do anything, then he's separated from his crew and he's trapped on a Yonko's territory.
Yeah.
Yep.
The problem
Yeah. I mean, I don't know Katakuri's true motive, because Katakuri has been stalling this whole time, right? Like, he hasn't really tried to do anything to Luffy this whole time. So it's like with Katakuri, them being in the mirror world, like I said, I'm interested to see like what's the next dialogue there. Like, is Katakuri going to ask him a question? Because then that's going to tell me everything I need to know as far as like what Katakuri wants from Luffy. He just wants to know, like, as far as like this whole Willa D stuff. Because it's like at this point, like, it just doesn't make sense. Even the
Wait, where's the Willa D coming from? Where's that coming from?
What do you mean?
Why would Katakuri want to know about the Willa D? Like, where's that coming from?
It's just a hypothesis.
Yeah, because Katakuri mentioned that Luffy would become like a big like problem to Big Mom, and of course we saw that Roger was initially the Big Mom in the past. So it's like that's just deductive like reason.
Yeah, he's just making a theory that maybe he's interested in the world.
Yeah, but like I said, the dialogue after this in the mirror world is going to be really key, because I feel like Katakuri has just been coasting. Like, he's just been coasting here. I mean, but if Katakuri has like been wanting to take Luffy down this whole time, I mean, it doesn't make sense. But I agree that it's like either Luffy beats Katakuri or Katakuri lets Luffy go.
Why would he let Luffy go though?
There's no
I
other
can't
way.
see how he would let him go.
There's no other way.
Nah,
What you mean,
man,
no
that's
other way? That's not a
Brago.
good
That's
reason.
crazy, Brago. That's crazy,
Not a good
Brago. That's
reason,
crazy, Brago. If that happens, bro, like no, nothing convenient can happen at this point, and it be believable.
I thought we've said like this arc has been the most convenient. So
It has been the most convenient, and I am with that. That this arc has been nothing but convenience. But at this point right here, no, no.
So
You
really,
can't.
what do you want to see, like a Gear 5 or?
No, I'm not saying a Gear 5. I don't even think that it's a Gear 5. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so Cracker or Katakuri's power is to be able to see the future. We don't know the limitations on it. We don't know too much about it. All we know is that he can see a little bit into the future. So with that being said, there can be drawbacks. There can be drawbacks to that. So for instance, if you have someone that can see the future, but if they can't react to the future that they're seeing, then and what could happen with that? How could Katakuri not react to a future that he's seeing that Luffy do? So what if Luffy goes into a faster Gear 4th form? And I'm talking about condenses his size so much so that he still has the power. He still has a little bit more, like he retains a little bit of the power, but he speeds up exponentially. and Katakuri can't keep up, and he speed blitzes or something.
Tontata form.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if Luffy speeds with Katakuri, he's still gonna get stuck in the mochi. So,
Like
Well,
gain speed is lose
that's where I
defense
see
or
it.
attack. Like
Wait, what'd
I
you say?
mean,
Yeah, because like
he's still mochi at the end of the day. And it's like he's still
yeah,
speedy.
he's not gonna be able to touch him either way. So you know.
Well, my
And it's
impression
like-
is my God.
I was like, how convenient that like this whole stickiness didn't like play a factor on the ship at all. Like, but go ahead, Dritz. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, well, this fight for me is highly reminiscent of Luffy versus Crocodile and Luffy versus Aokiji. Whereas when Luffy was fighting both of them, he didn't know how to harm them. But at the end of the fight with Crocodile, he finally figured out the secret to harming Crocodile, and that's what I think part of the fight with Katakuri is going to be. Well, Luffy's going to have to try all these techniques to try and figure out what the special technique is or what makes his Paramecia special. And people were debating earlier, you know, where to go after this, and people were asking or questioning whether Germa is the only option. For me, that is not the primary option, because as we know from previous plans, is that Capone also has another mirror on his ship that they placed on there, so that the initial plan was that they would go to Brûlé and they would go to their initial ships. So one way to reintroduce Capone into the plot is to have Luffy meet up with Capone after this, so it's a way to get back to Chiffon and Big Mom in the middle of the sea. Because we know Capone isn't just going to sit around and do nothing for the rest of the arc. He has to do something.
Yeah, he has to come back in eventually. I mean, I agree that I think this is going to be a training session. Where it's just going to be like Luffy just, you know, basically going like breaking barriers as far as like the limits of his own devil fruit. And Katakuri is the perfect person to show that.
But he's still gonna lose.
He may. Yeah.
So it's like you're trying to say that Katakuri is basically trying to take Luffy like as his apprentice or something.
I feel like he's genuinely interested in Luffy.
yeah.
He legit said I have to kill this
He
nigga
sees
so he
potential
doesn't
for
be a
sure.
threat to Big Mom. What's up, Laz?
I mean, that's acknowledging his potential. But personally, I feel like Katakuri could have killed Luffy already.
hey, what up, my boy Laz? How you living, bro?
Yo, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Hey, I
chilling,
gotta say
bro.
real quickly, not to interrupt you guys, but yo, that freestyle you did, man, was really dope.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. Hey,
It was litty. Shout out to Ben Simon.
appreciate it, bro.
I'm watching it tomorrow on stream, bro. We having a live reaction tomorrow. on
Hey,
stream.
Offline, Brago.
appreciate that.
That's
Appreciate
gonna,
that.
that's gonna be lit. I don't know, like post a link in the chat now so people can go to it.
All right, I got you. I'll post.
So, Luffy uses spirit like Diablo Jambe or Ashura. Isn't that Red Hawk already?
Right, exactly what Joey Boy said. I think this is the fight that would inspire Luffy to level up his fruit during the arc or in another arc.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's like we've been saying it that we want Luffy to like have a mini training session somewhere, but then it's like
really be Luffy's Aokiji of the
right. But if Luffy does this right, like why hasn't Sanji gotten the same treatment this arc as far as like upgrading his techniques?
Well, we simply don't know if that's going to happen or
I
not.
mean, it could.
He might get a fight. We don't know. Maybe he fights Smoothie on a 1v1. We don't know.
Smoothie.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I think the primary candidates are either Ichiji or Daifuku or both.
I feel like
Sanji, no.
if it's Ichiji, I don't know if that's progression based on what we've seen from Ichiji.
If Sanji fights
Yeah.
Smoothie, I'm literally dropping One Piece.
Why?
Because that's
Well,
his personality.
I mean,
Oh yeah, she is a woman. She is a woman.
Why
She is a
can't
woman.
Sanji fight Smoothie?
maybe he has a height limit.
Hello, Sanji fighting Smoothie? You don't see a problem with that?
She's a woman. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh shit, yeah.
Maybe he has a height limit.
You forget those
just to
man
say
hands
that
after a
Yes.
while.
Sanji has to
The
treat all
boundaries,
women
bro.
equal. So, but I don't see the fight between Smoothie happening at all.
Sanji up against girls, man. That should piss
Yeah,
me
I don't
off.
think Smoothie and Sanji happens.
Yeah.
No.
This is Sanji isn't the main character, so he's not going to get any of that.
Exactly. Thank you, whoever said that.
That doesn't make sense. Like, if you upgrade the main character, you're going to upgrade the people around him. Everybody else has been getting development as far as combat-wise.
Well, I mean, like, if you're complaining about Sanji not getting this, like, his light, and people have mentioned in the reviews, for like instance, Joy Boy and Sawyer, that like the dialogue from Roger in this chapter is basically to the fandom. And if you don't think Sanji's going to get any spotlight, then I think you're probably wrong.
Like as far as the spotlight, I'm not sure what else he gets.
I don't agree with that at all, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how much he gets like going forward. It's like I feel like he should have gotten some at least already.
I think if
He hasn't
anything, that
even
might have
gotten
had to
a
do with
single
the carrot.
fight
I don't
since
think
Virgo, man.
that had anything to do with Sanji at all.
Wait, what Roger dialogue you talking about?
When he
The
said,
dialogue-
When we saw this
Like the
chapter.
first 2 pages where like he was talking about like
Just
everyone gets
yeah.
their time to shine.
"Just be patient."
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was cool that Pedro saying that to Carrot as well. But it was really dope.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, this why do people think Luffy gets something Sanji has to get something? Sanji isn't a fighter. Stop it, pal.
What's wrong with you?
Fighter and crew though.
Yeah. Stop it, bro. Like, stop this. Even Jinbei, like, even putting like getting involved as far as like operating the ship. I'm like, he's starting to feel like a straw hat now. Like even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not It's not communism, nigga. Just because Luffy gets a power up doesn't mean Sanji gotta get one.
Well,
He said this is not communism,
I don't know,
nigga.
communism. I don't know how we got to communism. But what I was saying, as far as like post time skip, we've already seen like Gear 4 from Luffy, right? And we see that like even Tank Man, like post time skip from like even Sanji and Zoro, we haven't seen much. I expect Zoro to get that in Wano, but I would think that Sanji would get that in whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Oscar mode for Zoro.
I have a quick question about Gear 4th. Like, we know that the time limit for Gear 4th is about 10 minutes, right?
Not 30 minutes.
Probably like 20, 30.
Yeah, I
now.
thought it was 20. Yeah.
I think it should be like 30 now. I think because
So if he doesn't, so if he doesn't use it all at once, could he just revert back to Gear 3rd and wait again to use Gear 4th at its full potential or something like that?
We don't know exactly how it works, or it's like a balloon or something. Whereas if Luffy activates Gear 4th and he deactivates it, then he just loses everything at once, all of that hockey. We just like there hasn't really been clarification.
Yeah, he did say like if I use a bounce man that he couldn't use hockey for 10 minutes. That was like a given.
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
I don't
maybe
know go back, but
probably Gear 4 new form to combat category.
yeah.
I will say this though, I've been shitting on Otis writing like a lot recently, and I was like kind of losing faith in him, but I do have faith in him now, so I'm kind of just gonna wait and see. Even though I kind of see he's kind of setting up for a random fucking ass pull, like Luffy Katakuri, but like we'll just see.
Let me ask you guys this.
Let
me ask you guys this. With Luffy, right? And if he uses Gear 4 here and he manages to fight Katakuri for like say 20 minutes, what happened versus Big Mom?
Bro, just play on my player.
In this arc or just
This arc when he just one shot it and it was like,
Bro.
Wait, sorry. So that
But the whole Big Mom thing, when Luffy hit Big Mom, he was like, he's losing power. People were saying that Luffy was tired at that point. That's why he, wasn't to fight long with Big Mom. So now, if he fights Katakuri long in Gear 4, is he still tired or is he good now?
I think he's fresh now. Actually, he looks kind of fresh.
I mean, I don't really think it's that relevant.
What's happened though?
I'm sure
What happened during the Big Mom incident?
No, since then, like Luffy has had some rest since then, or he's been running
Well, I
around.
mean, for me, it doesn't really matter. If Luffy is tired, but he knows he has to get the job done, it's not really like it's not going to prevent him from trying to do what he needs to do.
Wait, y'all said tired.
No, that was the excuse when Luffy got out of Gear 4 versus Big Mom.
Yeah, when he punched.
Yeah, which I disagree with.
Yeah. So I was asking.
I still think something weird happened there. I don't think it was just.
I don't know. For me, it was basically Oda writing Luffy out of the plot.
Wait,
I mean, you got to
Mm-hmm.
spy on somebody.
I got to respond to somebody in the chat.
Oh, I was like, nigga, you Secret Service out here, nigga? What's going on?
No.
Working with the sun, bro.
So wait. So, Luffy went to sleep and ate some cake. He's good now, I suppose. Wait. So what do you guys think happens next chapter though?
Sanji and the cake, bro.
Nah, man.
I think
Yeah,
we
that
get
happened, bro. Come after
continuation
What's
of the fight.
Sanji next?
Well, for me, like Luffy fights always usually start the same, where Luffy starts like the fight out getting his ass beat. I think that's basically what's going to happen next chapter, where Luffy's going to keep struggling to find out how to actually fight against Katakuri, and maybe the chapter after that he finds out what like the secret is.
Well, I was thinking that we start off the next chapter with the Nami and Ko still flying out there, and
Nah, for
Monday.
what reason though?
What happened?
Why are we gonna see Nami though?
No, it's gonna be like I'm giving you the full details of the chapter.
I mean, unless we get a page of them like landing on Cacao Island and stuff like.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
And then we switch over to Pudding, and then we see some of the Pudding personality.
I don't
nonsense.
think we have like a lot of panels to waste anymore. You know.
Yeah. I mean, if, at this point right now, like the stretch to Wano is looking more thin and thin as it goes by.
I mean, I didn't think we got. I felt like we were gonna get Wano as a part of the reverie anyway. Where it's like it's just a flash to Wano and see what's going on there. Like I don't like the.
Wait, you think the
Zoro
whole
getting
Wano arc is
bodied?
gonna be a flash?
No.
Bro, did you guys see? Did anyone watch Sawyer's review on the stuff?
I
haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, are you referring to
I
the
saw it.
idea of Luffy actually seeing what's
Yeah.
happening in Reverie?
That was the
Yeah,
most
I feel
blasphemous
like-
theory I've ever.
Yeah, he said he was
Yeah,
gonna
I
find a
know.
mirror
It's kind of like wish fulfillment in my eyes.
Wait, I'm married to the reverie.
Yeah, Luffy's gonna take
Yeah,
that
like, his
mirror.
idea was like people were saying that no, River would be the only arc where Luffy wouldn't actually be directly involved into it. He would only be talked about. So he was proposing an idea where in the mirror world, Luffy stumbles upon the reverie in a mirror, and that he like watches and listens to things happening. Which to me, it's a cool idea, but it basically has no evidence to it because by that logic, Brule is connected to literally the entire world.
Brule would be the
Yeah.
plug for real if she got mirrors all over fucking.
They taking Brule with them. Like they're like, you come with us. You're a straw hat now. Like
Wait,
tell
but
them-
Driz, when you
Get
think
this girl a
the arc is ending now?
When do I think, like time-wise?
Yeah, based
Well,
off
I'm not
this
saying-
chapter.
Well, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I don't know if you guys like read like forum ideas, but on the color spread, the one with like Nami and stuff, there's a calendar in the background, and people are suggesting that due to the date arrangement on it, that it is actually October. And I'm not sure, but people are saying that is possibly the end of Whole Cake Island, but I don't agree. I think we probably have a minimum of like 6 to 7 chapters, at least.
But that would be the end of October if you don't take a break.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I'm
you-
assuming
I
it's
feel like
gonna
he's
take a
gonna
break.
take a break again soon.
breaks are guaranteed.
yeah.
I think they're probably going to break after 8.
4 to 6 weeks, you know, like
Yo ho ho!
Yeah.
Yo,
What's
Grim,
good,
what's up?
nigga?
Whack.
It was good, Grim.
hey Grim.
Yo, everyone that comes in here, everyone's like, "Yo, what up?" Messages like trash.
Wait, they said isn't there a mirror in Cookout Town as well? I mean, Brule's knocked out right now though.
So technically, her mirror world shouldn't even exist.
Well, no, wasn't it explained earlier that the only thing you need for Brule is just to be in contact with her body?
Yeah,
Past the mirrors?
So
It
she
has
should
to be
still be
mirrors, yeah.
conscious, though, right?
No.
It's still a double.
No, she has to be conscious.
Whenever I don't. Does she have to be conscious?
Yeah.
Was that stated? Or is it a
Nah,
plot?
I don't
yeah.
think. Yeah, I don't think she. I think you just have to be touching her.
Come on, y'all. This is
I'm not
double
really
fruit
sure. I
power.
don't remember like
Does
being stated
Sugar's,
that she had to be
does
awake.
Sugar's power still work whenever she's unconscious?
I mean,
No.
but I mean,
From
they
old
work,
But not all devil
From
fruits work the
abilities.
same.
they work differently though. But I don't know. Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, big motherfucking T. Says,
What a name.
he said, "Hey, bro, the thing I got from Katakuri is that he wanted to isolate Luffy, so he let it happen and then fight him in the mirror world, away from Jimmy and the others. Katakuri's main goal was Luffy. I feel
No, that's what I said like an hour ago.
He got that thing. He got that thing for Katakuri.
after I said it, right?
He got that thing.
Big
No,
motherfucking
bro,
T.
don't even play that.
After I said it, right? You
Literally, I said this
You
in the
know you-
Discord. No, I said this in the Discord
my
before you
God.
even read
That's
the
what you
chapter earlier this morning.
This nigga Grim affecting the chat.
Who can prove that for you, Master J? Shout out to Big
Who's gonna-
motherfucking T.
I don't know. I was talking to some randoms this morning in Discord, so I don't even know their names.
Some randoms. Nigga, who are you, nigga?
I'm Master J. Who are you?
How many subs you got, bro?
Oh shit.
Girl, look how you got your subs, bro. You literally obtained them from copyrighted material. And you use that channel to promote your main channel. Come on now.
Yo, you're a
Bro,
funnel,
what
Pharaoh.
are you talking
Bro,
about?
Master
Master
J.
J is such a hater, bro. Like,
Master J is the weakest nigga, bro. I swear.
Damn.
Copyrighted content. Get this
it's
fuck
a
out of here.
copyrighted
Oh
content.
my. Pharaoh about to body you, man.
I'm just how y'all gonna say I'm a hater whenever I just got hated on? I just had to spread that hate
Right,
back.
who hated
Oh,
on
shit.
you?
What?
It was
He
good,
didn't
man.
even say. He didn't even say Master J. How many subs you got? He just said how many subs do you got, nigga.
Come on, y'all. Don't play technicalities. Y'all being biased. Now. I'll make sure all y'all get body except for Driss, because Driss being quiet right now. Like,
He's called the
Good.
wise fanboys.
Wait, like the stream people. Disco Flamingo says, "Fuck this sub flexing and fuck Roger." Master J, the man of the people. Master J, why are you typing in your alt account? Like,
Yeah, right.
hold up. You know I don't be going on these chats and stuff, man.
yes, you do. Like,
Do we know that?
Master
Bruh,
J.
that's just not even true. The last stream when someone or when you donated the stream trying to dirty talk Brago and then you were trying to defend yourself in the chat. That's the funniest shit I've ever
Never
heard.
happened. Never happened.
Exposed.
But Master J, you literally donated $5 like last week.
Literally, that was not me. That was Aura. He made.
You said it was you.
No, I did not. Aura made like 3 different random
Oh
accounts. It
my
was
gosh.
Stebo, me.
No. I'm talking about last week. It was like last week. It said Master J with a mod, which was like his super chat.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys think it's possible that Big Mom just like rips through dimensions and fucking goes in the mirror world?
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Should we say
I
limit?
was kind of annoyed by Big Mom this chapter.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
she
insane.
is she
I don't know,
about
I feel like
to
it's fairly
turn into
consistent.
fucking Super Boo? What the fuck is going on?
Hey, that's gonna be Weevil, man.
Hold on, Fruit, is there a follow up to this? Is there a pun to this joke?
She started
No, that
yelling
was just
wedding
a
cake
figure.
and tear through a hole through the fucking dimension and shit.
Sounds funny.
What do you guys think about what Martin says here? He says, from my understanding, Mirror World is another dimension. It's not just going to disappear when she faints. Passing through the mirrors most likely needs Brule to be conscious, though.
I mean, yeah, that's
Like, she
like
has to be technically.
Yeah.
that's obvious now, but
Yeah.
it's just like that's a technicality we would never know the answer to.
But I was
Like,
gonna
how
wake her
would
up.
that
And smack her up, like.
Yeah, did you look in Luffy's eyes at the end of the chapter? Yeah, he was glaring. He was definitely
Yeah.
Luffy had his game face
a
on.
lot of resolve there. A lot of resolve.
Grim, you pretty quiet, nigga.
Bro, the last page was way too hype, man.
I'm waiting for y'all niggas to say some crazy shit.
No. Yeah, this stream ain't has cancer. I think it's because it's hangouts. We ain't that cancer right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, cancer free.
Yeah, I mean, people trying to hate on the god. But it's all good.
Gotta crazy.
Yeah.
Who the god? Usopp,
Gotta
Usopp,
Curry.
Usopp not-
Luffy
Hey,
gang.
gotta
Hey,
Curry.
so
Nigga,
what
it's Hero
y'all
Sparrow, bro.
gonna do? What y'all gonna do, man? Whenever this nigga Luffy dig in his bag, bro, and he pull a rabbit out, what y'all niggas gonna do?
It's ass fool.
I'm gonna
wonder
blow
what
the
the fuck.
party.
I'm wondering what the
Rico
fuck
out.
Carrot followed him into the mirror world.
Yeah. So when you said digging his bag and like pulls out something else, I mean, I'm not just on the side of like I don't want Katakuri to lose. Like I just
Yes,
want
you
like
are.
things to make sense.
Yes, you
So
are, nigga.
okay, but look. This is my thing. All right. So Luffy needs to get stronger, obviously, at some point or another,
Right.
and we don't have a gauge on like how strong Luffy is. Like we still don't, because he hasn't been in a one-on-one fight.
We still don't even know. We still don't know every trick.
Like, okay, so look. The dude hasn't been in a one-on-one fight like since what? Caesar Clown?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know he didn't give his all there and then because he even bring out Gear Fourth.
He didn't give his all during then. He damn sure didn't give his all fighting Hody. Like, let's be real. This nigga beat a fishman underwater. So if y'all like looking at that, and it's like,
Zoro kind of did too.
huh?
Yeah, Zoro did too.
That further helps prove our point.
Right, what's the point?
Exactly. You said, what's the point? The point is that Luffy hasn't had a one-on-one fight, and I don't know how long. And he finally gets one, and like y'all got this nigga out the fight before he even gets in it.
We don't got him out to fight. We
Bro,
just
like I
like,
said,
yeah, we got him out to fight.
Come on, Brago. You sitting up here saying that Luffy can't even touch the dude.
Wait, it was shown that he couldn't touch him.
Okay, but Brago, I'm saying that
This is what the story said. He couldn't touch him.
did he try to attack Katakuri and Gear Forth yet?
He hasn't, no.
Okay.
Wait, Katakuri doesn't even have his trident out. He hasn't like fired a jelly bean. Like Katakuri's chilling.
Yo, dude, that trident has been hyped up for so long.
A jelly bean? A jelly bean?
Like, I'm just saying, man, like y'all just acting like this nigga Luffy has y'all going a little too excessive with this Luffy hate, bro, because y'all acting like this nigga don't got no chance at all.
Bro,
And,
Team
like,
Dustin got mad members right now, son. You know what I'm
Got mad what?
Yeah, Luffy gang till the casket drops.
Got
Yeah.
mad what?
bro, y'all gotta
Members,
stop
man.
saying. Yo, hold up, y'all gotta
It's
stop.
funny. Go
Y'all
ahead.
gotta stop with this fucking like. We hate Luffy. We want Luffy to lose.
That's
Blah, blah, blah.
crazy.
We don't
Crazy.
want shit. We want the story to be good. Like it's
Yeah.
not like we're rooting against the main character or anything. Like we want the story to be good, and in our minds, we can't find like a way that Oda could draw the story to where Luffy beats Katakuri and it makes sense.
Bro, y'all
Did
niggas
you
are
actually
rooting
bro?
against the main character. Y'all niggas been saying this whole arc. We don't want Luffy to put
be
his friends
Big
in
Mom.
a situation.
Bro, did you not
No,
just
hold
listen to what I
on,
just
hold
said?
on, hold on, my nigga. You have been saying I don't want Luffy to put his friends in danger anymore. I want him to put his friends first. He does that shit. Y'all niggas, oh, okay, yeah, he did it. All right, skip over that shit. Then y'all niggas, bro,
Oh,
y'all
come
niggas.
on, bro.
That's not even the point.
The point
That is the
making
point.
Luffy beat
The point
Katakuri
is, y'all
makes
no. The point is, y'all use the excuse that y'all want a story that makes sense. Yet y'all don't believe in Oda to actually make a story that makes sense. Like,
Facts,
come on.
nigga.
Wait. Dustin. How are you saying facts when you were just about to drop One Piece a couple weeks ago?
Oh my.
I was about to drop One Piece.
Oh
When?
my.
When?
Yeah,
That's
hold
the
up. No,
dude.
I gotta respond to that because like that's just pure
Oh
blasphemy that
my-
just came out of Master J's mouth. Because I literally said like not even 5 minutes ago that I'll wait and see what Oda's doing with the arc before I say anything about it.
That's not fact.
Wait, when
I
I was about to drop One Piece?
Dustin, you said on the stream after like the whole Big Mom stuff, you were like, you know what? I may have to drop One Piece in this year.
No, nigga. I said if Luffy doesn't solo Big Mom,
Whoa.
and then Wano
Oh
is,
my
and then
God.
I'll wait till the start of Wano,
Well, I
and if
thought
I'm
that
not
was
still
precision.
liking the shit, I would drop it. That's what I
So
said.
wait, so that's what I'm saying. How are you believing in Oda then? I've been
Nigga,
defending this arc this whole time.
But
So
you
I'm
have
not-
Bro, but I said
Yo.
if Luffy doesn't solo Big Mom, but I believe
Yo,
that Oda's
the-
gonna write
the-
it that way.
The point at hand is
Yo,
y'all niggas are counting Luffy out. Y'all niggas are counting Luffy
yo,
out.
hold on, man. This is why Grim looked like Tokuyami's Dark Shadow, bro.
Yo, bad light, bro.
like a black and white picture, no lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, that
Yo.
that nigga Grim look like he got a onesie on.
Oh my.
Wait, can
Rose,
y'all hear me still?
Rose,
Y'all trolling, bro.
Y'all niggas gay, bro. Y'all talking about okay, bro. You out here
Bro,
looking
no.
at me in a onesie and shit.
you got the iPhone headphones from 2006.
Brago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Grim got a onesie on. Yeah.
Nah. But no, I feel like you can't say that I don't believe in Oda. I've been saying that for a long time. Like, you just gotta wait this shit out, and hopefully, you know, it corrects itself as far as in you guys' eyes. I mean, I didn't think. I mean, the whole cake baking thing I didn't agree with, but as far as like
Yeah, like I'll say it literally again if I need to. I don't care what happens. I don't care if Luffy wins. I don't care if Katakuri wins. I just want Oda to write it well to where it makes sense to me and like where it's not like some like retarded like.
But y'all,
random
but you're
power-up.
saying that there's no way for Oda to write it where Luffy can win.
No.
Y'all saying it's
No.
it's-
There's no way for Oda to write it for Luffy to win in my mind that I can think of. To
So
where
we
he
can
doesn't get
see,
a random
but
power.
it doesn't mean it can't
To
happen.
where he doesn't get like a random power up.
How is it gonna
But why
be
are y'all
random?
giving
my
that
nigga?
that is-
How?
He ain't gonna
Like,
get
it's
no,
impossible.
he ain't gonna get no random power up, bro. Like Luffy hasn't. Oh gosh, this is gonna just go in circles, man.
If he get a power up,
Probably.
if he get a
But keep
power
going.
up right now, but if he don't get a
Cool.
power up right now, but he get a power up in Wano a week later, it's still not random then?
No.
No.
Here's the thing. If right now he sees Katakuri uses attacks and he takes this in and he copies these attacks, in Wano it's not going to be a random power because we saw like the things Katakuri was doing. And it's going to be like, oh, Luffy's just copying Katakuri and extending the use of his fruit. So then it makes sense there.
Even then, people are
He
gonna
can
just
still, I mean, he
even-
can still
even-
copy Katakuri.
Yeah, people
and
find
use
it
his
excuse
moves
after
here.
say it's bullshit.
Because
Yeah.
niggas hate
What
Luffy,
does
bro.
it take for it to be a random power up?
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Like for instance, if Luffy uses one of like the supposed 3 forms of Gear Force that we know he probably has, then I wouldn't.
That's
consider
not
that
random. That's
But yeah,
not,
because
Here's
like
the
he
thing, though.
trained
That's
his
what y'all
time
consider random, though.
who said that's random? How's that
No,
random?
because every time something like that
What-
happens,
what
it's
are
all
the
like
three forms
y'all
of Gear Force?
y'all have a problem with it.
Well, the second form is obviously the normal version of Tank Man, and a lot of people speculate that the third version is some speed-based version. Pharaoh had an idea on it. Joy Boy has an idea on it. Jumpman.
Jumpman.
Yeah.
Trash.
But, you know, there obviously seems to be like a triad to it.
Yeah. I
And
think
for me, that wouldn't be random. Something random would be Luffy randomly learning Awakening.
That's not random, bro. It has awakening in the title.
We don't know how
awaken it.
awakenings work.
Hold on.
nor
He
do
doesn't
we
have
know
to
how they
learn
unlock.
awakening. He just has
Yeah.
to.
He can like activate,
He
like
just
you
has
say, the Conqueror's Hawking Marine Force.
Exactly.
It can't be like, oh, I do
But why do we think Luffy using Awakening for the first time is going to be stronger than Katakuri?
Why do you think
It
it's
doesn't
not?
have to be strong enough to hold on. It doesn't have to be strong enough to just completely decimate Katakuri. But if it's something strong enough for him to use to his advantage, so he can basically just he can just stop Katakuri from doing whatever he has to do, so he can just leave the mirror world and they can escape. I mean, I don't feel like that would be like.
Why would you trap yourself just to leave?
Look, bro. Do you really think? Hold up.
Oh,
But this
bro,
is a fact, though.
The way to avoid an ass
He
pull or
trapped
to have the
himself right
community
now.
saying it's an ass pull is by giving hints or prerequisites before you actually get to the event, to where you can see or have a good estimation or a guess that might happen.
What
We
if
haven't
Hold on,
seen
but
anything
Brago,
of
but Brago,
Luffy to
he
say that
trapped
he's just going to
himself.
come out with the shit.
Bro,
But
you
Grin,
trapped
but Grin.
yourself right now, literally. Like, that's a fact, okay? So you're throwing it at me like, why would you trap yourself if you're just gonna run? So do you expect him to defeat Katakuri or not? Because that's the only options right now. Defeat Katakuri.
I actually disagree that those are the only options.
Yeah.
So for me, and maybe my perspective is different, but Luffy doesn't need to beat Katakuri in a fight to win the fight.
Okay, let me
If that
bring up
makes
the
sense.
theory spreadsheet right here.
So what I'm talking
theories.
about is that Luffy, all he has to do is find a way to incapacitate Katakuri, not necessarily
Hold on, was that
beat him
for
one-on-one
Pharaoh?
in a
Did you
fight.
say that?
He's going to run away. He's going to run away.
I'm gonna be sneaking this on the low, bro. You getting exposed one day.
You guys noticed that he's in the mirror room, right? A place where they were literally running through to go to different places, right?
I bet.
Right.
Luffy could definitely run away, bro. Like, that's very logical.
Bro, why is that nigga gonna trap himself to run away?
Yeah.
He didn't, bro. He did not
gonna
trap
fight.
himself. There was no
Grim.
trapping. He did not trap himself.
Grim.
He stopped
Grim.
Katakuri from getting to the ship. That's all
Yeah,
he had
he
to
made
do.
it so.
That was
Yeah,
his
he
job.
made it so Katakuri couldn't get back to the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the point.
okay. I'm not saying trap himself. He cut himself off from his friends. Fair enough? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Could he
Okay.
have broken the
That's
mirror on the other side?
Okay,
Okay.
why is a nigga gonna run when the first thing he says when he gets in the mirror world to Katakuri
Is we can fight all we want.
please?
Yes. Like,
Come
bro,
on,
y'all
fam.
niggas not putting no context.
Just
in
like,
this shit,
I'm
bro.
never running away again.
Wait, yeah, right.
I'm looking at it.
Wait, people say, people say I'm hating on Luffy. Where am I hating on Luffy?
Nigga, every stream we ever done in Hogan.
Bro, if you don't think that Luffy's Power King level right now, you hate not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, y'all. I just need y'all to go ahead and break down, Brago. I need you to break down this this pie chart or whatever you want to call this. That theory you brought up, because I mean it's factual pretty much.
Pie chart.
Pie chart.
Spreadsheet. So
Well, that's
pie chart.
theory. What is it? The things that could happen. It's like all the
Yeah,
possibilities.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was kind of trash. But
Oh, stop.
Oh my.
Wow.
See, y'all say this now, but watch theory come in here and school y'all. Y'all ain't one.
Let me see.
well,
Okay,
I
so
mean, you
what
can't
do you
really
guys here?
make. There's so many possibilities. You can't
So,
make a chart like that for it. But yeah.
Yeah, and I see how I noticed how you took my possibility that I said earlier in the chat.
What's the
You
possibility?
you try to take my credit. No, Fruit's being quiet now because he know what I'm talking about.
Just say
So
what
what
you
I
want to
said
say.
in the chat about the dimensions and Big Mom going through them, and he tried to take that to get some street cred so he can get his stats up.
Bro, what
when
the
he know I
fuck?
said that.
But how does
But
that
go
make
ahead and
sense?
give
Though?
me my
How does
credit
that
though.
idea? How does that idea make sense though?
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
have
came in
to.
that shit, Master?
Wait, what do you mean it doesn't have to?
You
What?
came in, bro?
Wait, this
Y'all got to laugh out of it. Therefore, it's mine.
Okay.
Listen, man. We-
every arc, every chapter of this arc, I've said Luffy has no chance. Luffy has no chance against Big Mom. He said a few streams ago that he doesn't even like Luffy. I've never said that. I said Luffy was cool. It's like other characters more, so that's wrong.
No, Luffy has no chance against Big Mom. That's facts.
Yo, who you putting your money on? Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor? Floyd Mayweather. Man, none of y'all like McGregor, man. I'm done with y'all.
Pretty
Team
much that's what's
Irish.
happening.
Actually,
Bro,
wouldn't
if
Floyd
anybody
be the main
like who was stupid
How long
who was
Canelo
stupid
and
enough to put
Triple G?
who was stupid enough to put their money on Floyd Mayweather? I
I
mean,
agree. Who was stupid
no,
enough
no,
to
no,
put their money
no.
on-
Who's stupid enough to put their money on Conor McGregor? You're an idiot if you thought he had like even a sliver of a chance.
Yeah, but if he did end up winning, you would get the most money.
Yeah, if he did
Out of
end up
it.
winning, but guess what? That shit ain't happening, and it didn't happen.
I mean, yeah, obviously we know what happened after the fact, but like,
Bro, you knew
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
gonna happen. You knew what was gonna happen before that. Come on, bro. Are we really gonna do this?
Well,
Like,
the thing is, Matt, you have to give credit. It was a lot closer, or a lot better. Fight
No,
than
it
we
wasn't
thought.
close at all. It was not close at all, Brago. This nigga Floyd was walking Conor
A
McGregor
lot of
down.
people, no. A lot of people thought Floyd McGregor would even get a hit in.
Bro,
That was the consensus.
yo, hold up.
Are
I
y'all
gotta say something.
serious?
Floyd literally
had
verbatim
his-
said he was fighting differently. He said he was going to fight differently.
Yeah, but hold up.
was.
Floyd
Definitely
had
was.
his hand like, bro. I'm not even doing this. I'm not even getting in this.
Nah, but
I'm not
listen,
even gonna do it.
I don't
No.
watch boxing, right? So I'm not gonna argue with you about this shit because I literally don't know shit about boxing. But I read a stat somewhere that Conor McGregor landed more punches on Floyd than any other fighter in the history.
Bro,
of,
okay,
like any of the people he ever fought.
Froob. Okay, let me just break this down. Look, let me break this down for you. Let me break this down for you.
I know for a fact
Let me break this down. Let me break this down. He definitely did land more hits than anyone else did. But look at this. Okay, let's remember, we have to look at the context of the situation. Floyd hadn't boxed in over 2 years. Or yeah, like something like that. And then let's see what else about him. He's 40.
Bro, pity patty is not a hit. The nigga was pity patting half the time, bro.
Yes, he's 40, and then none of those hits were damaging Floyd. Like those hits,
nothing.
Like had no
the nigga got like 15 clean hits. 15 real hits, bro.
They had no power behind them. It was like taps.
And Matt, don't points not work? Don't points not even matter if you knock out your opponent, anyways?
Yeah, points don't matter at all if you knock your opponent.
There's still count the matches though.
I mean,
I know we were trying to compare this to One Piece, but it's kind of like just going back into the fight.
Wait a second, because I just got to enlighten some stuff. This dude Floyd was literally walking Conor McGregor down, making him hit him. Like, bruh, he's literally walking with his he was walking with his hands down. He wasn't even trying to do anything. And then look at what happened. As soon as he saw that that Conor McGregor was tired, bro, Conor McGregor got his fucking ass whooped.
Just let me wobble back to you, Conor.
Yeah, that was round 6 or so, round 4 or 5. But what I'm saying is this all started by saying everyone thought that it would be just a decimation the first 2 rounds, and we didn't see that. We got from my vantage point. It was an entertaining fight.
I just want to say one last thing about this, and then we can fucking get back to One Piece. You said who the fuck would ever bet on McGregor? You said yourself, Floyd hadn't boxed in 2 years. We didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. Someone put fucking... Just let me say this.
Have faith in your main character, bro.
Someone put $50 on McGregor just to fucking fuck off because they like fighting and they wanted to see maybe I'll make fucking $300 off this shit.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Listen, man. The UFC fighters don't even have stand up to fight amateur boxers. Let's be real here. Come, bro. If you go watch UFC fighters and they stand up, they fucking suck.
Facts.
That's facts. They suck. They're not good boxers. They suck.
This is Florida's Katakuri. He let Conor put him in the ring.
Bro, you put this is my thing with this whole Conor McGregor and Floyd situation. You got people that have literally boxed their entire lives, and Floyd made them look like fucking idiots. He made them look like amateurs, and y'all really thought a UFC fighter was gonna come in here and beat the best boxer of our generation? Hell no. Get the fuck out of here.
Matt, I think the point still stands. It was a more entertaining fight than we thought it would be.
Yeah. No, it was all
because Floyd made it that way. Y'all act like y'all act like the Floyd y'all act like the fight was more entertaining because of Conor.
So are we saying that? So we say on one hand that Floyd hadn't fought in 2 years, and we're saying on the other hand Floyd made it. Which one is it?
Wait, what?
You're saying on one hand Floyd hadn't fought in 2 years, so that's why it went the way it did, or did Floyd make it that way?
Floyd Mayweather literally said, I owe it to the people. I'm going to fight differently. Literally said that in an interview with Stephen A. Smith.
I mean,
he made it that way.
Because remember how trash the Pacquiao fight was, man? Ain't nobody want that again.
Yeah.
Bro, he made the fight that way. Bro, if y'all niggas are really gonna come, bro, no, man.
I'm not sure what the argument is. The argument is that this fight was a lot more interesting.
That's all we talk about, bro.
This started out as like a reference between Conor Curry and Luffy, and then it just turned into this. No, man, Mayweather. Oh my God.
Let me say.
Live stream. I'm ending it in 12 minutes.
Hey, let me say something.
We ended in 13.
12. Let me say something to Delbert Manjarrez or whatever this nigga's name is. He said, Matt, you're stupid. UFC fighters are among the most conditioned fighters alive, and they have to deal with striking and grappling.
Not like boxers, though.
Okay. Now look. Where did I say that a UFC fighter wasn't conditioned? I said you put a fucking UFC fighter standing up with a boxer, and a boxer is going to whoop that nigga's ass. He's going to beat the shit out of him.
But that's correct. But you can't just say if they stand up. They're bad. Some of these niggas are their shit, their actual art style is standing up. Like they have that shit. They just happen to learn kicking.
And their
styles.
boxing
It's mixed martial arts.
sucks. Their boxing sucks.
No. If they go into a boxing ring and follow boxing rules, yes, it's different. But them niggas stand up, bro.
Bro, hold
Yo,
up.
the
I
best
just, we
thing-
gotta get off this. But all I wanted to say is I hate people who like if you pick like the lower seed chance to win and like you're like the underdog, and then the person that was clearly gonna wins. Everyone's like, yo, you're fucking retarded. You guys should have knew this all the time. It's like sometimes upsets like this happens. Like we've seen this in sports all the time.
The Giants beat the Patriots, so anything can happen.
like that. Like upsets happen all the fucking time.
Wait, I got a question. Do you think Katakuri is a southpaw?
What?
Do you think Katakuri is a southpaw?
Southpaw.
Yeah.
Why would you ask such a question? He's not even a hand. Well, yeah, he is a hand-to-hand fighter, I guess.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I just want an entertaining fight. I mean, it's just regardless of where it goes, I just want it to be entertaining.
It's like a one-page cut.
Yeah, and I hope all it is like skip over anything. We come back, Luffy's in like a new gear, and it's like, wait, hold up.
It's not gonna be like at the end of the fight, Luffy comes out, he's all beaten up. It's like, wow, that was hard.
The time change.
There's like craters on the floor and everything.
Craters.
Like Luffy's like, I only need a gear second for him. Like what?
Yeah.
So Luffy's awakening is going to be Rubber World.
Now, I think you can guarantee that it's gonna be a really good fight, regardless.
Nah, it's gonna be a good fight.
It's
gonna be dope.
Like, regardless of who you think is gonna win, it's not like Luffy's gonna be completely outmatched for the entirety of the fight.
Yeah, because in terms of like one-on-one fights, it should be like the best fight we gotten from Luffy since like Lucci. Like realistically, no fights.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
it should be a dope fight.
I don't know, man. That Cracker fight was pretty all right.
I actually like the Cracker fight. I thought the Cracker fight was
okay.
Nothing for me has topped the Lucci fight.
I mean, the Cracker fight,
Yeah, so like if you look at the chat, Yonko Productions told me earlier today that 880 is going to be fucking amazing.
880?
Yeah, the chapter
How
880.
do you know that far?
Well, he knows that far. I don't know that far.
That's what I'm saying.
You got the plug, man. Come on.
You guys should know
Yonko over Greg.
He said this is hot take.
That's facts, though.
Wait. Pause. Yonko, is there any breaks coming up before 880?
we don't care about breaks. Listen,
I don't think so.
Yonko told us like.
I'm gonna say you don't care about my bad. Go ahead.
I mean,
Yonko wants an invite.
I want to think about breaks right now. I don't want to think about that. But Yonko told us the other night. He was like, "Yo, the next chapter is going to be lit." That's what he said.
Yeah, he's got the plug from Oda.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can trust Yonko.
I'm pretty sure
the next chapter is going to be better than this one, and he said that 880 is going to be even better than those two. I think we can expect some good things.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. This sounds like a spoiler to me. Y'all about to see me. I'm about to be like One World. I'm about to be in the cut. Y'all ain't gonna see me for a while. Y'all be spoiling stuff.
Listen, man, we need to expose Yonko for the fraud he is right now, man. He's making false accusations to try to hype us up.
Word. It's gonna be nothing but dialogue.
He made promise on this chapter, so I'll believe in him.
Dialogue.
Yeah. 880 is gonna be all about Carrot and her backstory, and that's it.
Carrot saying that you got a chance to cut a Carrot she always deserved.
That was Carrot. Carrot, like what, 16, if that? That was
You trying to get
not that old. So Yonko need to stop hyping us up like this.
We only drinking Henny.
Okay.
Of course you're drinking Henny.
Y'all niggas heard.
So if Luffy beats Cracker, does that mean that if Luffy beats Katakuri, does that mean that Cracker's stronger than Katakuri?
No, I don't think.
I think it depends
on the circumstances.
It depends on how it happens. Depends on how it happens. Like if Luffy does it in Gear 4, then
it depends on in which manner. If he does defeat Cracker,
if he does it in Bound Man, I'm like, yeah.
I don't think that. Hold up, I don't even think that even if Luffy beats Katakuri, I don't think that means that he's stronger than him.
Yeah, well, as I said, it depends on how he actually does it.
I don't think regardless anyway. Because think about how big of a power gap that Luffy just would have jumped if he's all of a sudden just stronger than Katakuri altogether.
Exactly.
Well, it depends on
it has to be a matchup.
I feel like Luffy can.
This is what I want to exploit. There are matchup issues that we have to address when it comes to this level of people. Matchups matter.
That's true. I agree with
matchups matter.
Yeah, but I understand people. I don't understand where the matchup comes into play though.
Yeah,
but I keep hearing people say that,
and people think the Yonko commander is Admiral level.
I don't believe that.
Well, the number one rank should be close.
I think the right hand should be close.
I think
mean,
the right hand
I am
is the
not
strongest Yonko
of that
commander.
opinion.
I don't think there's nothing like
Yeah,
a
Yonko's fighting the fleet admiral.
A
like,
right
he's
hand
fighting
threatened
admirals.
Kizaru with a gun to his head, and Kizaru trolled him. Yeah, he's pretty close to him. I don't think so.
It comes down to this though: if
I don't
Yonkos
think
can
so,
fight
yeah.
like the fleet admiral, then like the admiral should be fighting the right hand man.
Hey, I'm a real nigga.
But the animals are also fighting. I don't know. I feel like
Hey.
either way, I don't think we have a really good definitive way of measuring it.
Hey,
You just gotta wait for Yasop versus Kizaru.
But we don't have to measure it. We've been given examples about the situation. Like we've seen right-hand men.
This
and
nigga
they
Brago,
fight-
this
they
nigga
go-
Brago tried to get facts about the call, fam.
Holy shit!
Damn,
God
bro.
damn it! You have the mic in your mouth.
Can
That's
I-
He's pulling up Grim right now. This is skydiving class.
Hello.
What happened, Dustin? Dustin, what happened?
Nigga, I done got kicked out this motherfucker. Tried to get back in this bitch. Like, what the fuck happened?
Y'all, I'm a holler at y'all boys. Y'all boys be easy, man. Brago,
right.
I'm holding you to that shit tomorrow.
You're on it tomorrow, bro. I got you.
All right, peace, man.
Peace, Matt.
Hey,
All right, make sure to eat
y'all
your
gotta
collard
stop.
greens, bro. You slacking right now. You look hella skinny. I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all gotta
That's
stop.
the thing, you're skinny as fuck too.
Y'all,
Like,
y'all
been
gotta
smoking
stop.
crack?
Y'all gotta stop doubting Luffy. And nigga, I've been skinny. I'm like 6'3".
You said you've been smoking crack?
I said I've been skinny.
you gotta
bro.
stay
I'm
out that boom, son.
I'm 6'3", bro. I'm skinny.
Matt,
nigga.
why do you entertain messages?
That's why you got Matt. That's why you gotta roll your own joints, boy. You can't be smoking that boom. They be lacing your stuff, bro.
Bruh, I'm dead. I'm dead. This nigga here tripping. But all right, bro. Y'all niggas be easy, dog.
All right,
Matt.
man. Catch you
All
later.
right, peace.
All right.
So Luffy's categories.
So has it been 13 minutes yet? Or should I increase the time to 14?
13 minutes and 5 minutes.
Listen, man.
Got it.
Yonko Productions is a fraud.
Brago can't tell time worth of crap.
Fraud production.
Yeah, that's some Dragon Ball time.
So that we think he's Nostradamus.
Ain't the chapters always 3 chapters ahead though? So that might be why he know.
Yeah, like, exactly as Joe Boy said. Oda always is usually 3 weeks ahead of the current chapter.
I don't know how he does it. I don't want to, think about how he does it. He just does it, man.
Yeah,
Sit down.
Don't ask questions. Just accept it.
Shout out to Young.
yeah. Just say like Yonko over Greg.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my.
Maybe he's Oda's assistant.
Oh,
This
shit, Greg.
nigga last, bro.
That's facts though.
Well,
in the
I'm
chat
saying
right now,
facts.
too,
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying, nigga, you out here.
It's not.
Hey, I still buy my biz.
Wars and shit. Starting wars and shit. Declared war. Like, all of a sudden, like,
Hey, I got
Brago
a call back
declared
from
war.
Yonko, so we lit.
Brago declared war on Greg. Like, hold up. Ooh.
Yeah, this guy's gonna see like his email. It's like, yo, Greg. Yo, what you talking about, man?
They said, I'm usually with Froob on everything, but he's way too against this fight. If it was Zoro versus a Yonko commander, he'd be like,
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Fact nation, nigga.
Oh my.
Bias right here,
I
bro.
want you to find one. I want you guys to find
If Luffy
1
defeats,
second of the stream where I ever said that Zoro could beat the Shogun 1v1.
But you knew it. It's in your blood. We can smell it, man.
I've always said every single time I talk about matchups in Wano, I said the only way that Zoro could beat fucking the Shogun without a retarded ass pull is if he does it with Law or someone else.
So when will it be conceivable in the story?
Oh, God, bro, don't do that, man. God,
Oh my god, yo.
He lets from Grim right now.
Whisper, what was that?
you're about to choke on his mic.
Skydiving and shit.
Y'all niggas gay.
I was expecting a call back.
Hey, like is here.
So at what point in the story is it
Mama and Yonko, what's good?
beat them at 1-on-1?
What's good? What's good?
Last, since when are you all cool with Yonko Productions, bro? You just
Hey
trying
man,
to
he
keep
gave me the
on
follow
circle,
back
bro.
and we got the plug going on. What's up?
Hey.
Facts.
Plug source. We got the source. What's good, Yonko?
What's good? What's good, man? So 2 days ago, what were you saying? When I said it was hype, what'd you guys say? Was this chapter hype or what?
Creditless.
I said, don't do this, bro. Don't do this. Don't hype me up like that, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, Yonko. You kind of overhyped it a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Like the first chapter in a while, Dustin didn't say it was trash.
Cause it was
Yeah.
great. Nigga, like I want to say the chapter's trash.
I don't
I
know.
also gave it a 10 out of 10, bro.
That's what I'm saying. From
Yeah.
trash to 10 out of 10. From a 0 to 10.
0 out of 10 to get
0 to 10 real quick.
It's a 10 out of 10. Luffy actually doing some shit. So I mean,
Oh,
when Luffy,
no bias at all.
so that's
something
what it
like a 10 out of
is.
10, yeah.
Okay.
that's facts though. Like
Okay. How is okay? So how are you?
What does that even mean?
when the
They-
main character does some badass shit, like breaking the
That
mirror.
doesn't make a chapter though.
That
It goes from 0 to 10 to 10 out of 10.
That
Boom.
made this chapter. That made this chapter. Nigga, this chapter wasn't a 10 out of 10 and you saw the final.
What I'm saying, that's not the only thing that makes a chapter. Like if Luffy doesn't do anything, it doesn't make the chapter.
That made this chapter though.
Nah, but that would be a very important thing in any series that could actually skew the rating for the chapter.
What?
Like this chapter wasn't a 10 out of 10 until the last chapter when we seen it was Luffy versus Katakuri and what Luffy did. That's what made it a 10 out of 10.
I think the whole chapter.
So it was 0 out of 10. Right,
the whole chapter.
So
like, oh,
you
there
didn't,
it
you
is.
didn't care for the
Right, so it was 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then page 19, he's like, God damn it, it's a 10.
No, well, actually, that's kind of how it went, but that's not how it went.
Oh my god.
Wait.
To the panels, shit.
Because if you watch my live reaction, once I seen Katakuri versus Luffy, I was like, it's a 10. But
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
It was an 8 all the way until the last.
You saw the Roger
said it was a
here,
0.
like that's not
No,
Luffy.
I did, nigga. I said the other chapter before when that big bomb shit happened was a 0, nigga. I didn't say this chapter was a 0. Don't be lying.
You said was 0 to the last chapter.
No, I
the
said
last
that's
page.
no, nigga. Stop lying on me. I said that's what
Oh
kind of
my
happened,
gosh.
but that's not what happened. I literally just
You
said
said that's what happened, but that's not what happened.
I said that's kind of what happened, but that's not what happened.
Okay, you're
Because
How do you have gold
Nation.
Roger?
Because when you go to my live reaction, I didn't give a rating till the end. Like as soon as I saw the end, I was like, it's a 10. But in my mind, the chapter was good. But once you got to the last panel, it went from an 8 to a 10. Because then oh shit, Luffy smashed the mirror. He got to fight Katakuri. It's a 10 now. Like
Luffy breaks that mirror, it goes up 2 points.
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, so hey, Dustin, what happens if Luffy loses, bro?
0.
Yeah.
It's a 0.
Zero, yeah.
I mean, it's trash, bro.
It's a negative.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
said Dustin gonna give the Reverie arc a 0 out of 10.
Hell yeah. Luffy
Oh, you do that, man. I don't know, bro.
Y'all niggas get chapters
You
10
ain't seen
with
this stuff.
Nami,
Luffy ain't in it. Luffy
with
ain't in
Nami
the
fucking
arc,
controlling Zeus and but looking like she's about to beat Big Mom and
Yeah.
Sanji.
No one
It's
gave that chapter 10. No one gave that chapter 10.
Y'all give when Sanji baking a cake, y'all giving that shit an
No
8.
one gave that chapter 10.
Who are you talking to
No
when
one
you
gave
say
that chapter
that?
10.
All
Who are
you
talking
niggas
when you
in
say
this
that?
street.
Nah, you wild.
No one gave it a 10.
Bro, there was literally an entire stream
Hold
where
on,
I argued
man.
against Joy Boy and
Hold
Drift.
on, hold on,
about
hold
how
on,
that shit is trash.
I'm not letting Laz. I'm not letting
Let
Laz.
Laz off the hook.
I'm not letting
Hey, we
Laz
gotta
do that
fact
little
check it,
background. I'm not letting him do that little background talk shit he do.
The
And
ad-libs? No
Yeah.
ad-libs today?
Nah, nigga, because Laz was the
Hey.
main one defending that chapter when that cake bake shit happened. He was the main
Cake bake chapter. Cake bake chapter.
If you read it by the volumes, bro, it's a lot easier to respect
Fuck
than
the
weekly, bro.
value,
Come on.
nigga. We ain't
But
buying
what?
that
We
shit.
actually,
Justin, did you just review like a volume?
It's a 10.
we actually know somebody who gave all those chapters.
I never gave
Dustin
it a
just
10.
announced a 10 out of 10.
Who?
Yeah.
Legend back.
Ty. He said everything.
Well, I guarantee-
Oh, okay.
He
Ty,
said everything
that's
since
different,
Dress
bro.
Rose.
Yo, I love Max ratings on Twitter. Yo, Mac be like, this is 100 out of 10.
Yeah, this is the
All
greatest
the
piece of
chapters,
shit.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie, this is 100 out of 10.
800 and some chapters of flames.
He's like, right.
Flame emoji and shit.
Flame emoji, yo.
Every time Max rating is on Twitter, I'm like, oh shit.
This chapter was lasagna.
Yeah, nigga. What?
Okay, so where the hell does that come from? Where does lasagna come from? What the
I
fuck
don't
is
know,
that?
bro. It's a Canadian thing, man. Like,
What?
yeah, Canadians love
Lasagna's
lasagna,
a
man.
Canadian thing?
I
What?
thought
Yeah,
y'all were
bro.
vegetarians.
Nah, man, we love lasagna. We talk about that on the daily.
That's weird. I never heard Stan say nothing about no lasagna.
Nah, Stan doesn't know about that greatness.
Why y'all be trying to
He's
play
from Ottawa.
Stan like he don't be up in the 6? Like, come on,
He's
bro.
from Ottawa, bro. Ottawa, they do differently.
Man, I don't know what that means.
You don't know what I'm
You gotta ask Stan. You gotta ask Stan.
That's not credible if I don't know what it
Someone said compared to Marineford, any arc is a 10 out of 10.
Nigga, you weren't paying attention to
Yeah,
geography?
I actually was not gonna time that guy out, but let me find it so I can time him out really quick.
What?
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But don't say that blasphemous shit, man.
Yeah, that's right.
What's blasphemous?
So should I explain to you how 880 is going to be 10 out of 10?
No, bro, no.
Don't
tell us. Don't tell us.
Don't do it.
Bro, you guys are
Unless
really
you're saying Greg over your uncle, don't do it.
Feel me.
I mean, is it dialogue? Is it a fight? Like,
Yeah,
what's
what
going on?
Nah, don't say that.
What was about?
Because
No,
Luffy gonna be Katakuri. Luffy gonna be Katakuri.
I don't want to know.
Y'all all sport.
Bro, are you,
I mean, he obviously doesn't know the chapter.
are you guys really following
He
this?
obviously doesn't know the chapter, but like they told him something, right? So
Know
like,
something. I don't want to know what.
Nah, he knows the plug. Come on.
Nah. Don't gas me up like that.
I don't want to know what it is, Janko. This observation is too strong, bro. You gotta stop.
No. It's basically volume 87 should end chapter 880.
Oh,
So
okay.
if the volume is ending, right, there should be something hype at the end of the volume.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, this is your own intuitive shit, bro, nigga. Like, come on, bro. I thought Oda came down and gave you this sliver of note, and she was like,
but that is true though. That is
Yeah,
true.
if you buy the volume.
I feel like Yonko knows something he just can't tell us right now. He's gonna mess up the money.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up by his ankles.
This nigga Yonko be reading titles and she be like, "Oh, this gonna be good."
Was the end of 770 hype?
Pardon? End of 770 wasn't that the 870?
Oh yeah, 870.
That was when Capone did his crazy shit with the fucking
Big Father,
the castle.
Yeah.
I mean, initially, it was the Big Mom just
was that the end of the volume though?
That was the end.
That was in on that was in on the 70 or some shit, right? It's 10 chapters of volume.
11 chapters of.
Yeah,
I thought it was 10.
Because Oda takes breaks, so
depends.
you know.
Yeah, some volumes get like
It
11
might be like
chapters.
11 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you in Japan or something, bro?
Grim the feds out here, yo. Grim like,
No, like I never niggas talk about him all the time, but I never like talked to him before. So like, you from Japan or some shit, nigga?
Let me do the thing to you, man.
Yeah, he gonna do that thing to you. He gonna book a flight.
Bro, are y'all gonna let this nigga answer and shit? Like,
I'm trying to get with this nigga at, yo.
Nah, no.
Yonko Productions, what's up, bro? Like, where you from, bro?
Yonko Productions.
What's the secret?
Oh, all right, bro. This is
Man, trying to pull up.
Yo, Grim gonna pull up soon,
You're trying to get like information and shit. What's going on there?
Low key, man. I'm gonna end up like those arrested guys.
He's from South Africa.
Oh,
Yeah, at least those guys had millions, man. I ain't got nothing to my name.
You got Twitter followers.
I heard you made like $28 million.
I got clout. That's
I'm
it.
saying, bro, like after you make like all that money, you gotta stop.
You got clout, huh?
You gotta chill.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
You gotta stop, bro.
Yeah,
let me ask you, hey Yonko.
Chapter with CP0.
Yeah.
Hey Yonko. Who's stronger, Doflamingo or Cracker?
Oh, for God's sake.
Doflamingo.
Doflamingo.
You know, it was a god, Dofi, right?
Hey, I'm go home, bro.
This is what I'm talking about, bro. You can't be trusting these dudes that try to predict One Piece when they say blasphemous shit like that. He's creditless.
Yeah, like that's creditless as fuck, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
I like how one thing can make someone creditless. Like they just go from hyping up Yonko to like this nigga's creditless now. We can't like, really?
Okay. When niggas say shit like that, it's like, what's going on with you, bro?
You should have asked him Mihawk Shanks. You should have asked him Mihawk Shanks.
Well, that's
come on, bro. You can't look at his ab.
Look at his ab. Yeah. He got a Shanks.
Yeah.
Hey, that could be deception.
Mihawk's fair enough. Mihawk's one of my favorite characters, to be honest. He's like the book of getting into One Piece.
So because he's your favorite, he's stronger, huh? Biased.
Yeah,
I'm not sorry.
He made karate.
Let's end this. Let's give our like favorite characters. Let's start with Zach. Yeah, top 5 favorite characters.
Ooh, top 5. Okay. Number 5 is Shanks. Number 4 is Dragon. Number 3 is Law. Number 2 is Sanji. Number 1 is Zoro.
Okay. Laz.
Shit. Okay. Let's see. 5 I got Law. The 4 I got Ace. 3 Luffy. 2 Rouge. 1 Zoro.
Rouge is actually your second favorite character.
Hey man, he's
Laz
not playing.
Bro.
No, I mean that's fine.
Number 2.
I thought it was a troll.
Number 2, legit though, it's Kid.
Oh wow. Okay. I think you're a Mac, the only people that have Kid down.
Man.
Well, Dritz, what about you?
Oh, I'm starting from 1, then going to 5, and it goes Luffy, Nami, Ace, Mihawk, Whitebeard.
Okay.
Wait, what the fuck? Nami's your second favorite character? Kick him out of the stream.
Everyone, hey, listen. If people who know me know that I'm a Nami fanboy. Nami's my second favorite character.
I'm not mad at it at all.
Hey, you're good, man.
You watch way too much hentai for your own good. Next.
Hey, don't be hating, bro.
That's it.
To each their own.
That's it. Luffy's forms doesn't count. So it's like
right.
Luffy's one, all right?
My top
Luffy's second. Luffy's
Can I say my top four?
Luffy Tank Man.
Can I say it? Can I say my top five?
Go ahead.
My top five is Dylon. Nah, my top five is fucking Ace, Crocodile, Arlong. I like that nigga.
Arlong? Wow, I've never heard that.
I like Arlong. I like his, his badassery. He's like, I like him. I ain't gonna lie. Since Brago can, jump on the bandwagon of a character who we just met in this arc.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and say my number 2 favorite character is fucking Peril Sparrow. I like this nigga, bro. I didn't like him.
Wait. What's wrong with liking a character just because you just met him? You never like a girl just because you just met her?
I wanted to have sex with her because I just met her.
Facts.
But I can't say I was like, I want her to be my. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, what does it like? I never went anything further than that.
Number one is Luffy, of course.
Yeah, that's surprising. What do you think? Your top 5.
He said choosing random characters.
At number 5, we got Eno, Crocodile.
You said Enaru. Okay.
Yeah, Luffy, Akainu, then Dofi. Number 1, yo.
Dofi.
Lit.
Man, I don't know. Dofi number 1. I don't know, bro.
Yo, what?
I'm good.
What's up?
What's your top 5 characters?
Number 5 is Kuma. Number 4 is Cracker. Number 3 is Ivankov. Number 2 is Fuji, and number 1 is NL.
I think this says a lot about Grim and his arguments. Great match, Jay.
What do you mean?
A lot of villains in there.
Like Grim just bringing up like the Cracker argument, the Fuji argument, the Vivankov. We know where this pain comes from.
What you mean?
We now know your pain.
Hey, these niggas told me that Kuma's stronger than Ivankov when Ivankov beat him in that fight. Like, what the fuck? Nah, nigga. Nigga. I don't want to hear that shit.
Master J, what's your top 5?
It's about to be some troll shit.
Some troll shit. I was gonna skip his ass, but I was like, you know what? I'm asking anyway.
No credibility.
Well, shoot, I don't know what to say now.
Nigga, say something.
Dang, Bluno times 5. I guess that's all I got.
Times 5.
Y'all kind of debunked my trolling, so now I gotta tell the truth.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Yonko's muted. For your top 5.
Who's next?
Oh, you can
All right,
go.
go ahead, Yonko. Your top 5.
All right. I got Aokiji, Blackbeard, NL, Luffy, and Shanks.
I love the pause. Like, yeah.
Wait,
Zoro, number 1. Law's number 2. Luffy's number 3. Kid is number 4, and Doflamingo's number 5.
Bandwagon.
That's a lit list.
Let me see. My number 5, Luffy.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
4 is Ace.
Good man.
That's surprising.
Good man.
I was surprised it's in his name.
No, I'm saying, but I think he would be higher. That's why I'm saying surprising.
4 is Ace.
Damn, you ready to troll so quick?
3 is Zoro.
Okay.
Oh, he got a sword chipped.
2 is Sanji, and 1 is Doflamingo.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of the stream, bro! Cut that shit out of the stream.
1 is Doflamingo.
I will say that Dofi is my favorite villain, my favorite antagonist in the entire series.
God, Dofi, bro.
Dofi's number 1. Come on.
Brago, I heard you give your top 5 like 3 times. You never put Sanji over Zoro, man. What made you change this shit?
This arc.
This arc.
Oh man, bandwagon.
Wait. I met Sanji a while ago. That doesn't count.
Bandwagon.
By Dustin's measurements.
Man, Brago starts giving fucking cake bacon chapters 10 out of 10.
Luffy and Smoker, they're interchangeable though.
Wow.
Yo, I fuck with Smoker heavy, bro.
Yeah. Luffy and Smoker interchangeable.
This dude said, I genuinely hate Ace.
I think it's like a three-way tie
Wow.
between
Ban him.
Luffy, Smoker, and Rob.
And Kobe?
Fuck Kobe.
I think he just put Luffy in his top five. Top 5 out of Alpha.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you always say Smoker, bro.
Luffy sucks.
I made a
Fuck
top
outta
10
here.
last year.
Grim, stop it, man.
That has my top 10, so you can go.
Nigga trash, bro.
How is Luffy trash, nigga?
Oh, he's into you trash.
Huh?
It's a true question, my friend.
Fuji Taurus trash.
Yeah, next chapter you're gonna be like, oh my god, Luffy's the most hype shit ever.
Spoiling. Stop spoiling.
Spoil me more.
Oh my, is that
Spoiler?
spoiler?
Is that a spoiler?
Is that a
I
spoiler?
gotta rethink my theory. Okay, category might not be
Yo,
doing
dropping a video tomorrow, guys.
Drop a video tomorrow. But no.
Yeah, I feel like I can't predict or anything, guy.
Goddamn.
Bro.
I'm sticking to my guns. If he's gonna be.
Yo, I'm gonna start making these crazy live streams on Wednesday. Be like, these are my prediction streams.
Oh shit! Everybody's going to tune in because they're gonna know it's facts, bro. Like that's like not even predictions. Like One Piece 878 like audiobook like shit. Like that's not even audio. This nigga about to read the chapter the Wednesday before. But no.
I'm be like, that shit would actually like destroy the fandom.
No, we say we destroy
like
the
the
brand.
Yeah,
By the way,
My
Hero Academia was low key better than One Piece today, low key.
Wait, Brago, are you caught up?
I'm 2 chapters behind.
Yeah, it's lit, yo.
Who? Oh, what, My Hero Academia?
The chapter was good. The chapter was
Boku
good.
no Hero.
One Piece, man.
Yeah, that chapter was crazy.
Like I said, after I'm done with my reread, I'm gonna like do multiple streams on Boku no Hero because it's like I've seen a bunch of shit like people are saying. I'm like, yo, that's false. But
Yeah, I gotta reread it myself.
So this nigga will reread fucking My Hero or whatever, but he won't read Vagabond.
This nigga selling Vagabond.
Vagabond.
No, Vagabond. No. Here's the thing. Vagabond. After I catch up to Promised Neverland, Vagabond is.
Hey, Promised Neverland is low key the next best series in Jump, man.
Yeah.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Oh no.
You can't hype Dustin
Yeah,
like
yo,
this,
Dustin out there now. You sell it. He's
You're about
such
to
a
take this
Promised
voice clip that you just
Bruh.
said. It's gonna be a drop. He's about to make it a drop on the streams.
Do we need to do another versus stream, nigga? What's going on?
Oh my.
You don't want to do the L, bro.
I took the W, nigga. What you talking about?
I want to read some top 5 from the
Who's
chat.
gonna win? Oh my god.
SJC says Shanks, Law, Luffy, Zoro, and Bartolomeo. That's
Wait, SJC's in the chat.
yeah.
The
SJ.
Clown characters.
Yo. What is up, guys?
SJC. And today.
That's a lit intro, yeah.
This is
Hold on, guys.
Says Blackbeard, Zoro. I'm surprised nobody. No, did somebody say Blackbeard? Somebody said Blackbeard, right?
Yeah, that was Yonko production.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
So no one is saying Fisher Tiger or Jinbei.
Fishy Tiger.
Yeah, this guy Joy Boy.
Pause. Did Brago just say Jinbei instead of Jimbo?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Damn.
my bad. That's my bad. Fuck.
There goes the edge.
Jimbo. It said Dustin choosing random characters.
J.
You seen that?
Dustin choosing random characters. Wait,
He low-key right, because I never thought of a top 5.
wait. Here's your L says, okay. This nigga, this username is just here's your L. It's Pell, X Drake, Luffy, Blackbeard, and a kind.
Drake.
How does Pell sneak into anyone's top 5?
Right?
He survived the nuke, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is
Pell's
Driz
got a
still
beast
in?
design
Hey,
too, bro.
Driz,
Like,
if Pedro is still alive, that's not trash?
Wait, if Pedro's still alive? No, I mean, I'm not convinced at all.
But I'm saying, if he's alive,
I agree.
is that
I'm
trash?
not convinced either.
Is it trash if he's alive? No. I mean, there's so many ways for him to be
Well,
alive.
no,
but
but
then-
Driz,
shout out to Pell
So-
Gang. Like,
Driz. No, hold on, Driz. Hold on,
Pero,
Driz.
Sparrow. Oh, go ahead.
Driz, if Pero Sparrow, I'm about to say what Grim said. If Pero Sparrow was close to Pedro and had candy armor on, he lost the arm. How is Pedro surviving that when he has fucking dynamite lying?
All right, and here's how I answer that: is that to me, it doesn't matter if Pedro is dead right now because I don't think he's going to remain that way.
What do you mean?
Ooh, you could have said that.
His
You could've
extra
said that.
life, the 50 years that he lost.
But his body got exploded.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's not gonna. Doesn't mean he's gonna be dead permanently.
Are they gonna stick them back
so
together?
you're saying that the body is exploded, right?
But that wasn't the question.
Seen, like the remains of the bat, we can't even see. We don't even know. We only saw PEDRO spread in the chapter. Oda made a
You
point.
can't argue with theorists, man.
Oda made a point of not showing us the aftermath of the explosion. So, for
I can't
instance,
believe you niggas are trying to say this not trash.
But I feel like with PEDRO, him being hurt by the bomb, I don't know if that's like something.
Don't say hurt. He lost the arm.
Yeah, he lost the arm. But the thing, we've seen that his candy is susceptible to fire already. So I don't know if that's like armor.
Susceptible to fire.
What do you mean? Pedro didn't have any armor on, so that's.
I'm saying we don't know what we don't know what happened as far as Pedro.
But how is this an argument when this nigga had the dynamite on his person?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this don't make any sense.
Oh,
like,
hold on, wait. Let me ask you a question. If you have a wall of crackers, of like edible crackers in front of you, and you have a guy who doesn't have a wall of crackers, and you throw a fast ass when you're on baseball at the nigga in the nuts, both of these niggas, who do you think is gonna get hurt more?
I think the crackers aren't going to do anything to a fast baseball, so they're going to.
It'll do something. It'll do something, nigga. Whether it's 0.00001% of speed reduced, it'll do something. Nigga.
Whatever it does to be so insignificant, it doesn't matter.
It does matter,
bro. That don't even matter.
The fact that you're saying insignificant, bro, is the entire point, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's insignificant, but this nigga's right there. We know his candy armor is strong as fuck. For you to say that fire's gonna like deteriorate this shit?
So Grim. How do you explain the last couple chapters whenever we saw that pumpkin scarecrow guy and his interaction with Pedro? What do you use to explain that? What's the significance of that in the story, in your point?
There was another occasion where we also saw somebody recognize Pedro. It's just where we're seeing people are familiar with
All right, then do you think
Oda just got details in a flashback?
Yes, I do think Oda's going to gloss over that. Oda glosses over all that tough stuff that we think is important all the time.
We just got details in this previous chapter with flashback where even Peril Sparrow was very familiar with Pedro.
Yeah, I say but everything was elaborated on, right? We learned later about why Pedro was on Whole Cake Island to begin with, so that was explained why the Mick knew him. Why did the Scarecrow guy know him? How was that explained?
What does that got to do with this nigga having bombs on his
Okay,
body?
well then let me ask you. Let me bring this counterpoint there. Do you remember Pound?
Yeah. My boy.
Pound hasn't been brought up or even referenced or mentioned since when we last saw him. But the arc should be almost over. We're at the point where we're almost about to leave the Enchanted Woods when that's where we originally saw him. So at this point, are we ever going to see or have anything of Pound's story even revealed or completed for us?
Right, it's like how he dipped on his bottom.
What?
My counter is okay. So Pound is going to have an importance in the story, right? We know for a fact that he wants to see Chiffon, but Chiffon isn't on the island right now. So the way the plot has to move, if it's going to involve Pound, is that he will reappear in the story in the way Oda chooses. And so, for me,
wait, Drizzt, real quick before you continue, Drizzt, I'm reading the chapter, and Pedro, the bombs were on his jacket. So yeah.
Well, so for me, it's kind of like irrelevant whether or not he's dead or not. It doesn't really matter.
What was he wearing? What was he wearing?
No, I'm saying that like it's in his jacket, so he could easily dispose of his jacket. Like I'm just saying, it's way.
The point is like every character that has usually died in the series.
No, it's not like it's strapped to him. It's not like it's like.
I can't believe y'all niggas are doing this, bro.
No, I can't believe you guys are like totally like.
I can't believe
the fact that Pedro could be alive when we saw what happened to Pel.
No. But Brago, here's the thing.
That was trash too. Pel being alive is not okay. The nigga should be dead.
That's not.
How being alive was basically explained, as a matter of fact.
How?
It's implied that he awakened. Do you not agree?
Come on, fam.
That's basically the most common speculation,
bro.
Implied by what?
Awakening, fam. Come on, fam.
Are you talking about implied like 50 like 500 chapters later? Like what you mean?
Complete regeneration, basically. Next time we saw Pel within the story, he was basically walking out of the place just like in a crutch, right?
No.
Whereas if he was really hurt from the explosion, he should be dead.
Bro, that's not no awakening, bro. That nigga is God.
Wow.
All right, listen, Dustin, you can kind of like pull bullshit if that's what you want, but like going by what the story shows, the only real explanation is either Pel got away in time or he awakened.
This is the cancer we needed. How am I doing bullshit when y'all are saying?
Listen, there's only really two explanations.
PEDRO, he was wearing his jacket, so just because it was on his jacket, he somehow lit the dynamite and then finessed his jacket off and threw it at Pedro.
It's possible.
I don't care. Guys just know how you guys were saying it was like it was strapped down to his body. That's not the case. It was on something removable. Where it's like it's not far fetched for him to remove the jacket and get out of there.
Bro, even if he
Yeah, that's
removed the
far-fetched.
jacket, this nigga
That's
has
far-fetched.
instant transmission to get out of the range of the explosion? Come
He is,
on, bro.
he's very fast though. We saw.
Out of the
No,
range
no,
of
no. Hey,
explosion,
he had a
Pharaoh.
mirror in his pocket. He popped
Out
that
of the
shit
range
out.
of the explosion that even hit Big Mom, Pharaoh. Come on.
Bro,
Yo,
y'all
what?
niggas are, come on, bro. This nigga
Y'all
Pedro
trash.
should-
That hit the 1,000 Sunny and blew that.
Brago, you
Y'all-
said in your
Yeah,
live
but
reaction
okay, listen, if
today
you want
that
to compare,
Pedro should be
compare
dead.
But
explosions,
hold on,
Oh,
but to that guy
I'm
Drizzy,
not
bro.
saying- wait, I'm
If
not-
you want to say that, like, if you want to say that, like, you weren't paying attention to like him being dead or alive because you have a different theory, that's fine. That's just the question. But like, what we're saying is that the facts that we just got revealed this chapter for a guy of this durability and to use having this ability to survive this. With in America, which he did, and then he has these type of scars and injuries. It's almost inconceivable for somebody like this. Besides the thing that happened with Pell, fine, sure, that's bullshit, whatever. But it's almost inconceivable to believe that this guy's alive. It's
And on
it's really
top of
there.
that, and to add on, hold up, and add on to that to even strengthen our argument, look at the whole setup of this whole big event that's happening right now. Pedro's sacrifice was the catalyst for the Straw-Hats surviving in the, you know what I'm saying, the 1,000 Sunny being freed from the candy and all of that, and for Katakuri and Luffy versus Luffy to even happen right now. That's a big catalyst. And for Carrot's emotional backstory to be kind of revealed, and now she has some sort of significance in the story. Like, for Pedro to just come back, it's like that wouldn't be all right.
Bro, if Pedro's still
then
alive,
was it not right to watch him
if
survive?
Pedro is still alive, then bring Ace back. Fuck it. Bring Ace back.
Damn.
That's absurd.
Bring him back.
This all goes back to like
with
the
that.
theory,
Bring back Ace. Bring back Ace.
of like Kuina, like where it's like it's back and forth as far as like if Kuina is dead. Like I wholeheartedly don't think Kuina is dead at all. So
No,
it's
because that's a
Oda literally said
yeah. So but that goes back to like
Oda's
Zoro's
a liar.
goal then. So if Kuina comes back, does that make Zoro's goal irrelevant and
No.
insignificant? It does not. So it's like how dumb is that?
Kuina didn't have dynamite strapped to her shirt.
Oh, she just fell down some stairs.
Yeah,
Don't really focus that much on just
That's
the
even
dynamite
worse.
aspects. For me, I pay attention more to the plot aspects of Whole Cake Island and compare that to his death. And for me, I am not fully convinced that he's dead. Could he be dead? Sure, but I'm not convinced there isn't enough evidence for
I'm
me.
not even arguing. It's possible that he's still alive because Oda likes to pull bullshit like this.
Hold on. To the guy Drizzy, with what you just said, shouldn't you have the other belief then? If you're saying that there's a slim chance that there's a possibility that he is alive, shouldn't you believe or be saying that he's most likely dead, but there's a possibility he's alive instead of saying that, oh, I don't believe he's dead?
Well,
I
for
usually
me,
say
it
that.
doesn't matter
I
because
most likely
Go ahead, finish your
said
sentence.
yeah, because your whole theory of perception, that's cool. I'm just saying in terms of what we've seen in factual evidence at this point with this chapter that's released, we can say that most likely Pedro is dead, but there's a chance that he is not dead because of certain reveals that have not been given, certain hints. That's fine, that's cool. But don't say that he's just not dead. Oh, I believe that.
Wait, Driz said he's not convinced.
No, for me, it doesn't matter whether or not, like, if he lived the explosion or like didn't survive it. For me, it doesn't matter in the end whether or not he's going to be alive at the end of like the arc. For me, it's irrelevant.
How is it?
Well, I get that, but that's not the wait. So, but that's not the question. We're not. Yeah. I'm cool with that, bro. That's cool, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. 100%. You got your shit. I fuck with that shit. I'm just saying. In terms of this question right now, we're answering. Do you agree that it makes more sense to say that most likely Pedro is dead?
I think we all agree that Pedro should be.
Well, in the end, I feel like it comes down to perspective.
Don't interrupt while we about to get the nitty gritty out, bro.
Yeah, tell us niggas, bro.
Wait, what?
Don't try to cover for him now. Go ahead, Dritz. We need your answer.
I said, in the end, for instance, like, I don't consider my point of view of One Piece to be the most common point of view. Now, if I were to generalize, should you believe Pedro is dead in the
walk
current
around,
story?
bro.
Oda is making it the way that you probably should believe that Pedro is dead, but I don't see it that way.
That doesn't even follow
My
with the previous
point
statement.
is, bro, is I don't get how you getting around the fact that Pero Sparrow was right next to this.
I'm satisfied, bro. Good answer.
No, that's not a good answer. It's not. All right, we ain't gonna
Grim
get
backing down. Grim
I mean,
back.
like,
What are you backing down, nigga? Tell me up, bro. The nigga answered the question.
Whoa.
He said most likely you should believe that he is dead. That's what he just said. That's what all I was trying to say.
No, I feel like we all agree there. We all agree, like, most likely he should be dead.
No, he said Oda's perception is that Oda wants us to believe that he's dead. That's what he said.
But he's saying if he's
He
not
believes
dead, then that's not trash. That's okay.
It's not. I don't think it would.
like I said, like for Justin,
I
for
think
me,
it's too far-fetched.
there are ways to explain if he is technically dead for him to come back.
How is that a bit
Call him out.
far-fetched when him not being dead is not a bit far-fetched? Him being dead, not being dead is far-fetched as hell because he had, bro, I don't get how you niggas are trying to overlook this. This nigga Pero Sparrow was next to him in coated candy armor and lost the arm.
Okay.
Even
We
if
got a
Pedro
Roger
Sparrow-
flashback, yo.
even if Pedro magically took his jacket off, the nigga is still in range of the explosion. Dynamite doesn't.
Okay.
So you're saying,
Wait.
wait. So you're saying, say he took his jacket off, right? And you're saying he should be dead because it exploded around him. Even if he threw his jacket, did Pedro Sparrow die?
Bro, this nigga is right fucking there, bro.
What I'm saying, you're
armor.
saying, even if he threw his
Hold on,
jacket,
Brago. I'm gonna debunk what you said. I'm gonna debunk what you said because not only did Pedro Sparrow have armor, but last week, whenever the last time we had this conversation before, we were talking about how Pedro didn't actually latch on to Pedro Sparrow, but Pedro did have the dynamite latched onto himself, so he would get more of the blow regardless.
I just said
Pedro Sparrow has a better chance of living.
Pedro Sparrow actually said that he was surprised that his armor came off, so that means the explosion was abnormally strong.
Right.
Strong.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, he could, even if he got hit by the explosion, like, he could be hurt and not dead.
Oh, possibly, yeah. Very slim chance.
It's like Pedro Sparrow didn't die. He lost an arm. I mean, it's like he uses armor. We don't know how Pedro could protect himself. So it's like it's like he could throw his jacket. He could have lost an arm as well. He could have lost his other eye. I don't know. But I just
he's blind now and shit.
I'm just skeptical as far as
full body pain.
He's a cripple.
Both his arms. We don't know.
Y'all are using a biased form of
So
rationalization.
see the dead body.
just to prove your point for an irrational. It's an irrational point that you're trying to prove. Because it's more likely that he lost more limbs, more blood.
Exactly.
Sparrow, most likely.
Do we know what Pedro can actually withstand?
Oh man, I can't believe this is happening.
More than some armor? Okay, so an armorless Pedro
Wait.
Sparrow.
I don't know how you guys can say you can't believe this is happening when it's happening.
Pedro Sparrow lost the arm, bro. I'm not arguing that.
Brago, hold up. If you're using the Pell argument, Pell, if we can say he was awakened, we could just say that, right? And that's how he survived that. Freaking Pedro is a mink. He's not a zone, so he doesn't have that option to be a
comparison.
What's the relation to the minks and the
I have a
zones?
comparison.
Do we have?
So if you want to compare explosions, Master J, if you want to compare explosions, look at the fight between Usopp and Luffy during the Water 7. Usopp filled the entire area with gas and then lit it on fire, and the resulting explosion was so big that it pushed waves towards the Mary. It's pretty much the exact same scenario as we saw with the explosion now. Whoa. And Luffy usually.
Hey, this one was kind of big as fuck, bro. Niggas confused this for an explosion as big as the one that took down the chateau and shit. Like this one was pretty big as far as it was drawn last chapter.
If you look at
this chapter, it was drawn a little bit differently. I can agree with that. But last chapter,
let's see how big they are.
Yeah.
Big Mom got mollywopped. That's all I got to say.
How is this even an argument? Like, are y'all niggas afraid to talk anything about One Piece trash? Is that what it is?
That's what it is, bro.
Why would
it's not that we're arguing for it to not be trash, Justin. It's that we acknowledge that there are other possibilities that could make it happen. I'm not going to say confidently.
Possibilities are trash. Him magically shimmying out of his jacket at the last second.
That's not what I'm saying. That's just like a possibility that Brago mentioned. That is not what I'm saying.
What are you saying again? Clarify.
I'm saying that, as I said before, I'm going to reiterate. So it's like the seventh time is that if Pedro died, I'd be okay with it because there are other circumstances in the plot that could justify him coming back to life.
That doesn't apply to our conversation, though, man.
No. Like what? What can justify being alive?
If you were to draw parallels between arcs, right, then you would say that definitively Big Mom's powers are more similar to Moria's than anything else, correct?
No,
don't go with that argument because we've been told that she cannot give back fucking souls. So if you're saying that she gets knocked out, her souls go back, or the lifespan, not souls, the lifespan go back to the people. That's a possibility. Sure,
Moria can control.
But she's not giving it back. She's not voluntarily giving it to anyone.
Yeah, voluntarily.
Nothing has shown that Big Mom can bring you back to life once you're dead. Nothing has been shown that can happen.
Yeah, which means that you can't disprove it.
Yes, but it's still not shown that can happen.
This
nigga, bro, like.
I tried to tell you can't argue with theorists.
I fuck with his theory. Like you're right, that could definitely happen. I'm just saying, like, for what the issue is right now, all we're trying to clarify is that Pedro is most likely dead. If he is not dead, we can raise a lot of questions about the credibility of why he's not dead.
Bro, if Big Mom can fucking make her a nigga that's blown to smithereens, that he should be blown to smithereens, put his body back together and bring this nigga back to life, she's a fucking god, bro. There's no way.
Well, like, just to propose an idea, right? And this is to reiterate basically what Sawyer mentioned in one of his reviews, is that Pedro's lifespan doesn't need to go back to his original body.
So he's gonna be a homie?
Potentially, he could be. As a possibility, just to put a possibility. Not that it's going to happen, just to put it out there as a possibility.
Homie don't play that though.
So how would this happen? How would Big Mom in this theory give back Pedro's life?
Dustin's mind is blown right now.
Okay, so for instance, this is just like a possibility. I'm not saying this is going to happen for sure, right? But if you wanted to rationalize a way in which this would happen, then you would automatically put, like, my number one option would be putting flashback ability in reference to Big Mom. If Big Mom, like, after, like, Big Mom, like, has a flashback and she remembers the incidents with Mother Carmel, what do you think would happen with her devil fruit powers? Once she learned the truth about how she actually obtained her devil fruit, would you think she would still maintain control?
She's gonna go crazy.
But how would that correlate to her giving life
If
back?
Big Mom lost control over her own devil fruit, then it would justify a reason in which lifespan goes back to the original owners, just like how it happened in Thriller Bark.
How do you lose control of your devil fruit?
But we see her lose control several times this arc, and she hasn't given life back to anybody.
No,
One thing is happening on the similar
how do
scale.
you lose control of your devil fruit?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Lose
trying
control
to
of devil fruit, like, for instance, just like how Moria lost control of his devil fruit, where he couldn't
No,
handle
but
the
that was
power.
whenever he was. That's whenever the
That's whenever he was using Shadow Asgard.
Shadow.
But he couldn't handle the power.
That's his own body's limit. Not
Exactly.
him losing control of his devil fruit power.
Yeah, like the main point is that there are ways that you could justify that it could happen. We all don't have the explanations definitively for what Big Mom's powers can do and cannot do, but just at base value, that could happen. My main point is that in One Piece, and this is the way that I think of One Piece, is that characters don't die unless I see their bodies.
Yep.
I will not believe in death until I see for a fact that they are dead.
Whack.
The only way that I
way
could,
too many times that people are alluded to dying
from
and
what
they
your
don't.
theory was saying, the only way that I could see that happening is if, like what you mentioned in a flashback, if we see that we see the personalities of three individuals and they happen to match exactly the personalities of fucking Napoleon or some shit like that, or some other homie that's prevalent, like King Bomb, for example. It's possible that King Bomb may be a fucking an exact Horcrux of Big Mom, like a piece of her soul, because he was able to defy her, or it's most likely that he's a fucking homie. So if we see like a person that has fucking the same personality or whatever as fucking King Bomb, and that he got his shit took and then Big Mom put it inside his tree, then yeah, I could fuck with that shit. Like, oh, Big Mom's doing something like that. But besides that, it's slim once again. Like Pedro may stay dead.
Yeah, he may stay dead. It's just like for me, as I said, it just depends on your perspective on the story.
Yeah, like the stream, Team Dustin from a distance is winning right now.
Team Dustin from a distance.
Like the stream.
Today, white pillars.
I know you ain't fucking bro. 'Cause you've been sitting here all
You missed this spot, bro. You missed this spot.
Every time somebody with more subs, no, Brago, I gotta call this man out now. Every time somebody with more subs than you or more feats than you steps into your stream, your lips automatically go to their crotch, bro. That's
bro,
that's
you read
immediately what
you
happened.
read that book with Wizard of Orton, bro?
Wait.
What's up?
Theory has more substance. Pharaoh has more substance. So my lips
That's different. They've been here long enough that that's different.
Yeah, I would say.
Hey, you read that? You read those books with Wizard of Orton, bro?
No. Master J, give me an example, bro. Give me an example.
Nigga raw as fuck, ain't he, bro?
We got Dritz right here, and then we got Yonko Productions right here. We got Roger, everybody else.
Wait, how do I go to their crotch?
And we got this sauce god too. What's good?
Sauce finally made a stream.
Sauce made it.
The sauce.
What's good, everybody?
Wait, Master J, what are these examples, Master J? What do you mean? So what do I do? How do my lips go to their crotch?
I'm just saying, bro. You won't let their point ever be debunked. Pretty much.
Really?
You're always gonna vouch.
I'm always arguing with theory.
Not theory. We already excused those two. Theory and Pharaoh are excused because those are homies since like day one, bro. They don't count.
So tell me somebody's point that I didn't like, that I upheld, and I was like, yo, I'm championing this.
How am I supposed to know what you like and you don't like? What type of question is that?
No, so then how can you say that?
No, I'm saying that I don't know what's in your head, but I'm saying you are upholding. You're uplifting, like, okay, well, what we just went through with Dritz and them. You're uplifting Dritz's theory.
No.
Over the underdogs down here.
We just agree, because I said the same thing in my live reaction as far as Pedro being dead. I was like, I'm not convinced yet. So it's just like we just agree. That's not, you and like how you were slugging Dustin earlier.
Well, hold up. No. You can agree with a general idea, but if somebody starts bringing up some evidence that is invalid, and you can continue to vouch for it just because they happen to slightly be on your side because they y'all both have the same main idea.
Why would I vouch for it if I agree?
Bro, Brago, but you said in your own live reaction that Pedro shouldn't be dead. He shouldn't be alive.
Wait, I just said that. I said we all agree that Pedro should be dead, but I'm skeptical. I'm not.
But the argument is not that whether we think that Pedro is gonna be still alive. Oda does that. He probably is still alive. The argument is
that was the argument. Like, do we think he's alive?
We know that Pedro should be dead off of what we think.
We agree on that.
The argument is if Oda brings him back, is that trash? Because
I said it's not trash based on how he does it. No, I don't think it'd be.
What? But how can you do
hey,
You can't judge the setup before it's done.
Like, we haven't seen it yet. How are we gonna say it's trash out of that?
Stop. Hold on. You saying you can't judge it until you see it, but all these fucking months, y'all been saying that if Luffy solos Big Mom, no way Oda can write it good. Stop.
Now we go to the ultimate extreme. I don't know. Why do we always go back to that? That's confirmed trash.
No, it's not.
In the last SBS, Oda confirmed that shit.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. From the start.
No, he didn't.
Whenever we were introduced to Katakuri, Brago, from the start of whenever we were introduced to Katakuri, would you agree that you would think that Luffy defeating Katakuri would be trash by the end of this arc?
Confirmed.
It wouldn't make sense. No, it wouldn't.
Okay, so but we're speculating right now.
It wouldn't make sense, no.
But we're speculating, same difference. We're speculating right now that is a big possibility that Luffy's actually going to beat Katakuri or run, which we don't think he's going to run.
I mean, he can't run, can he?
No, you guys,
There's some people that think Katakuri is trash.
To call things trash, you really haven't seen, right? The Luffy versus Big Mom thing, that's just out of this world. So that's irrelevant.
That's trash, man. Bro, it's highly relevant, bro. You can't just tailor things to your point, bro. If you're gonna say
Luffy defeating the Yonko, that's not one shouting Big Mom is tailoring it to my point.
You can't sit here and say
we were all on Luffy's gonna beat Big Mom hype train. Now nobody's on there.
Wait.
Who the fuck was on that?
Months ago, everybody was all like, "Yo, they about to defeat Yonko. It's about to go down." Yeah, because y'all were